everybody, and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon, and this is, of course, Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, where we're still on Grim Darkness mode. Somehow, I want to say in the last stream, but I actually can't remember if it was the last stream or the stream before, but we took on the space station. Gets added in the Void Shadows DLC, and oh my god, did it not get tense. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It was... Well, I'm not gonna lie, I almost gave up on any hope at some point about halfway through. It was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. Okay, and so we do have some level ups to do, so we're gonna go ahead and grab those now. Okay, and we start with a skill increase, obviously, so demolition is our forte. Awareness we've taken Elliot away. And wow, everybody else really kind of sucks, so we're gonna push that up as well, because CC's now gonna take over awareness as well, because like I said, yeah, the other guys, they kind of suck in the grand scheme of things. And, ooh, so then, no ballistic skill. Uses awareness skill, reduces enemy dodge chance. That's also double way round. I mean, you may as well push... Oh no, agility's just melee, isn't it? Yes, we want perception because we're range. But for melee characters, you may as well just push melee because it also increases initiative and dodge chance. But why wouldn't you? Because reducing enemy dodge chance, every melee attack starts at like 100 or 95 hit chance. So it's a lot easier to hit things in melee, apparently. Right, so anyway, sorry, so we don't have ballistic skill. There's my little spiel for you. So we will, of course, then go perception. That'll give a really big bonus to awareness. Then we're just going to do the characters we're likely to play. Let's skip all the way to the end. Let's start at the end and go backwards. And so we've got a pretty good weapon skill. Let's go for... I am going to go strength. I mean, there is also something to be said about... probably not about intelligence. I mean, I do want to boost Medicae. But it's probably not worth trying to boost it through intelligence, to be honest. No more Medicae for me. In that case, there's not really much point in trying to push Demolition as a second, because we're always going to have Cece. She is the playable character. Well, I actually say that, except for her own quest line, then we actually didn't have Cece for a little while, which is very strange. But then what would we push? In athletics is going through Heinrichs, and that's looking pretty good. Law of Imperium, we've got Cass, and that's also looking pretty good. Law of Xenos is... I mean, we just suck at them, though, that's the problem. Carouse, but then we're also not pushing up toughness anymore because our health goes off Medicae. Coercion. We may as well just go demolition, really. Not really anything else for us to bother putting it in. Without being able to put more in Medicae. She is Law of the Warp. That's been pushed up by the looks to its maximum. Also go Law of Xenos and have her as a nice little backup for that. I mean, she's actually joint with Heinrichs. So there's no... We are actually improving it in the overall with that. Let's go and add that, and then... willpower... I'm actually going to say some agility. Let's increase her dodge chance a little bit as well. And no willpower or fellowship. Alright then. That's rude. So we shall... My dodge coming off... No, it now comes off my perception. Then we may as well put up some perception. Also increases my chance to hit things. And we're not... I mean, my toughness now comes off... My health now comes off my willpower. Yes, so there's no point in toughness either. No point in weapon or ballistic skill. So the bottom three are completely useless. Obviously, you could argue intelligence, but my intelligence skills are not my forte on Cass. Then we can put it into absolutely anything, which is nice to see. But hey, with all this choice, I actually don't know which one to pick. Law of Imperium, 135. I mean, we're hitting pretty good numbers on all of them, to be honest. Let's hit... Yeah, let's just hit Persuasion, I think. And they're all so high, it's a little bit of actually a difficult choice because they're all so high. Okay, no more intelligence for you. You're too smart already, it seems. Is a shame and a shock. This does come off Medicite, which goes off intelligence. And which is why I was happy to switch him over. I have made him a executioner. That would be why. There's no point in toughness or ballistic skill. There's not really too much... Oh no, I suppose perception does increase dodge, but ideally we need to put it all up through agility. Would be better. We don't actually have agility on the cards though, so we're simply going to go weapon skill. And then for your skills, logic is a smidge behind, so we'll go and chuck it in there. Then we also want Heinrichs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, these are my 5 guys. At some point, I'm going to end up doing the characters, the retinue's quests, their actual quest lines, and I'm going to have to take them. And then I'm going to end up doing like a 20 level up all at once. But at least it'll make somewhat some sense to me there. Okay, athletics. Yeah, we're going to push you into... Oh, we can't push you into athletics. So, guess Lord Xenos, you're going to be pushing that up with Adira. And then for your skill, I mean, toughness does make sense in that regards. So does willpower. I say. I mean, I say that because it doesn't actually increase his damage or anything like that to his powers. It's defense against psychic powers. So, I mean, intelligence would actually be quite good. Strength is another one. What is his strength skill? 65. That is actually really nice. His agility could do with a nice boost. He could do with a boost in so many things. We're actually going to go weapon skill. That's a little bit low. He is a melee character, but kind of, mostly-ish. At the end of the day. So that'll do that. We've gotten the characters that we were after. Let's have a quick look as to what's kind of going on. Just to remind myself. Of course, we always have plenty of rooms. Bit by bit, the Rogue Trader's crew once again came across a plundered vessel containing the ancient machines. This time, Tech Priest greedily inspected everything down to the last cog. All they were able to scavenge was another fragment of the Archaeotech mechanism. Captain Van Dyne, in a final dispatch before she perished, requested that her family relics be retrieved from a cache on Kiava Gamma. We will be hoping to try and do that. So, grab Kiava Gamma. Maybe have struck the penal world. And Phoebo 6. Yep. And then companion quest. Kiava Gamma. That's Heinrichs. Find the seal on Dargonus. That's me. Not really a companion quest. It's, oh, no, wait. Sorry. That is Jay's quest. I thought we were on about my data slates. Aldari in distress. We've got one left. Tenebris Aquae system. And arrange a reception for the Navis Nobilite on Dargonus. We all know how that goes. Complete a development project for the highest difficulty. And this is Kiava Gamma. Okay. So we're going to jump in and just push forward. Maybe when we've done Kiava Gamma, we'll attempt to do a whole new round of companion talking and seeing what's going on. Depending, of course, who comes to me. We have sparked all of these. We did not come down to here. That's okay. We'll have to come back and grab that system at a different point. And we are trying to get to Tenebris Aquae and Kranich, which is also cache on Kiava Gamma. Do a couple of quick, easy jumps. Oh, they were in fact quick and easy. Okay, so we can't get to Tenebra's Aquay, but we can come across here. Let's make it safe. Or, you know, not as dangerous. Unsafe. The ship left. Fortunately, by the time they arrived, the workers had suffocated. They locked themselves in a crate away from the horrors of the warp. Did not end well, though. Look at that. When a whole new system popped up. Porta Septentum. And then we do have now a link to Tenebra's Aquay, and we also just found Nolla Septum as well. Okay, so let's visit the star system we're in. Ecologa's plot. Ecologa's plot. It's an unidentified void ship. We got a couple of people hanging around in this system. Adamantine 2. We won't for now, but we may end up coming back for things like all this adamantine because I don't think you actually get too much of it. A ship that once traveled the galaxy is now suspended in the silent void like the gnawed carcass of a giant monster. When the Rogue Trader's void ship approaches, the Voc-Master reports an incoming message. A colony of the Imperium subjects have made their home in the bowels of the ship. They welcome the Lord Captain. I think I remember what this is. Let's take these usual suspects. I think they're junkers, in other words. They find derelict wrecks, and they simply take everything they can for as long as they can. Over the course of generations, I believe. If I remember correctly. I think that's what it is. As I said, they are...
Curiosity sings in my
Okay,
veins.
we didn't actually get anywhere because we were waiting for someone to come and say hello. Please come right in. Our chief nitwits, quit your gawking and get to work. So that chief is waiting for... Okay, now I can go forward.
An initial survey of the vessel indicates that my exploratory brethren have already performed a requiem rite here. Further examination is inadvisable.
Great ruse, Lethanthos Pride. The name Lethanthos surfaces in your mind. The history of the family from the Coronis Expanse who invested all they had in a family ship. Ship perished in the warp on its maiden voyage.
Patience. My nerves are frayed. Stop. There.
Stop. Time. Pick up some goods.
Sometimes, I wonder to what extent our perception of the Empyrean differs.
Ooh, I'm glad that I never have to look at it. No offense, Cass, but I'll do just fine without an eyeball in the middle of my forehead.
I don't know. Machine and tools look a little worn, but well maintained. Who's the chief? There they are. Tired-looking woman of indeterminate age, clad in work clothes, breaks off from her task to greet you. She freezes momentarily, clearly unsure how to address you, then says simply, "Your ladyship, please excuse me. I don't really know your name. Welcome to our little colony. May the light of the Emperor be with you. And with us. My name's Retta Maximova. I'm in charge here." Is this place? Let's not be mean. First comment was a little bit mean, I feel like. There's no need for that. Just sorry. Pascal in the background, holding his giant multi-melter, which is the size of any of my companions on its own. We just call ourselves Rater's crew, and this place is Rater's camp. That's it. We're recollegers, scavengers in common terms. She does not speak the word scavengers with any kind of disdain. On the contrary, there is dignity in her voice. The kind with which one would announce their affiliation with a respected guild or family. Tossing a glance at Pascal, she grimly adds, "And our work is all legal, even though your brethren have no liking for us." Pascal stares dispassionately at Rita with a hint of disgust. Evidently, he has not even considered the possibility that replying to this creature's words could be anything other than heresy. "What do you do here?" "Right now, we're gutting this old heap of junk slowly but surely. That's a recolleger's life for you. They drop us off at some decrepit station or an ancient battlefield, and we just sit there for years on end. We look for working tech or valuable materials or whatever else might be useful. If we find anything, we sell it to passing ships. Not the easiest job out there. These wrecks are chock full of all kinds of dangers. But I swear it on my plasma torch, it's an exciting one for sure." This little bird's got all kinds of bells and whistles. Most of the tech is dead, but we do find working pieces now and again. We spent 2 whole months clearing out this shaft we find. Finished just 3 days ago, actually. And we found this little thing. A bit weird looking, but still functional. Perhaps your ladyship would like to buy this component from us. I'll bet that big ship you've got could get plenty of use out of it. Present the object, laywoman. Oh, wow. So he's told her to present it. We're not even going to expect it. You just have to buy it or not buy it. So I have no idea what I'm buying. Well, isn't this something? The Emperor himself must have smiled upon us. I mean, thank you, your ladyship. You'll be pleased with the results. Iconoclast rechargeable battery. 10% of fuel cargo. Oh, so it wasn't that great. Gained 210 experience, though. You know, your ladyship, it's kind of embarrassing to offer you this, but over the corner there, we keep things we don't rightly understand or can't really use. You can send some of your people to check it out if you'd like. Clearly, you know more about this stuff than us. You might find something useful. You haven't come across any Imperial stamps in your searching. You definitely haven't found any stamps here, your ladyship. I keep a record of all the bits and bobs. Then again, hang on, your ladyship, I just remembered something. Ba-da-na-na. Here you go, your ladyship. Rita holds out a weighty seal. There are scratches on the handle where the coat of arms should be. I don't know if this is what you're looking for, but we got this thing in a trade with some shady bloke years back. My father thought it was something important, so it's just been gathering dust until today. Take it as a gift. We have no use for it anyway. We have the worn seal. Got your own ship. No, not even close. A luxury like that. You can count the ecologers who got their own ship on one hand. An old worker's hand that got sucked into machinery 3 times and slashed by a plasma cutter twice. I assume that means 0. We fly with whoever, mostly just taking our chances. Sometimes we hitch a ride on the promise that we'll pay with what we find later. Other times we find some other means. Risky business, obviously. 5 or so years back, a crew got dropped off at an abandoned station, but something wasn't right with the life support systems. The ship came back to pick them up 2 years later and found nothing but bodies. And about 15 years ago, back before I had my first little one, a ship took 3 crews to locations and ran into pirates on the way. The ships go out on expeditions for years at a time, so it was ages before anyone realized they were missing. And it was even longer before they remembered the scavengers. Plus, it took some time to find a ship that could check on them and pick them up. Long story short, all 3 crews had bought it. Yep. Tell me anything about this wreck. Not much, we're no eggheads, you know. We're manual labor. It's an ancient thing, pretty dangerous. We don't really know much beyond that. Before we came here, some tech places had done their own bit of gutting. I mean, ritualing, bowing to the spirits, all that. You lot don't tend to leave a whole lot of valuables behind. Doesn't the broken servitors out of the mines after carcasses smell awful, but you can pluck a decent number of parts out of a servitor and sell them. Doesn't seem like there's anything nasty living on the wreck now, but the wreck itself is barely holding together. Before, okay, you take pride in your trade, I see. Sure do, it takes skill, luck, and a good head on your shoulders. We die by scores sometimes, but when we're there, the next we're gone. How shall I put it? Poetic about it. I hope you don't judge me too harshly and don't take it as insolent, but some people, even big people like you, think too highly of themselves. So none of us can change anything for the better. Let's get a bit of Iconoclast in there. Change for the better, heck, that'd be nice. If I was younger and I didn't have 3 youngsters back home, maybe I would even dream about stuff like that, too. I can take you from this place, but this is the whole livelihood, your ladyship. You take us from here, and what are we going to do? Sit in some hold, slaving away. Here we've got our own colony on operation, though this is our path. I see. Your ship, please don't take it as insolent, but it's not like I have much choice. It's not often that we get well-stocked ships around here, and we can certainly use more provisions and warm clothes. If it's something you're willing to provide, we would gladly barter it with whatever we can dig up from inside this here ship. It's just a respectable offer of a fair trade. Okay, pile of junk in the corner.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
My house would be
Damage
proud
safe.
of
The
me.
contents similar safe to destroyed when hacking is attempted. You should not try to open it just like that. But something from the environment could help. Need key. Okay, yeah, alright, got it. We need key. Perhaps you can just make out one of the depictions of the Emperor. The apparatus gurgles. Damn pile of rubbish.
Applaud my brilliance.
There's nothing but cheap scrap metal. Ah, I see. He offered me a trade.
In this tapestry of a world,
So I thought we were going to trade. Examining pile of rubbish.
Another
Was an instruction manual for the duty officer on how to access the safes. You can obtain the codes to the safes by logging into the ship's cogitators. More scrap. Dump site of cut pieces of metal and other materials, probably from clearing the path deeper into the ship. Popping against the door on the inside, you can hear the piercing sounds of a saw and other tools coming from behind it.
What lies beyond?
Connect to the cogitator, tech use 100%.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Cogitator appears to be inoperative. Okay, so I assume we have to find a working one. Ah, we have one down here. Is this inoperative? It doesn't. Looks inoperative.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
How about this one down here in the corner?
The machine god grants me insight.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Come all the way. Oh, we missed some goods down here as well. Grab the goods.
This explorator is blessed.
Try to power it from a local source. Connect the cable.
Operation
Plug it back in.
successful.
Find the code to the safe. Just Pascal's logic.
The machine god grants me insight.
And the code to the old safe. Ooh, let's see what we get. I don't think I did this last time. This is all going to be brand new to me. We managed to grab a fractal blade, an Eldari weapon proficiency. Cameleo-line cloak. Mimic fibers blend the coloration of the wearer into their surroundings. The cloak grants the wearer plus 10% dodge and a couple of fire grenades. Must be nice to be learned. We never would have cracked
They
it.
will see. Oh yes.
Any final comments?
They all will
Nope.
see.
Okay, so that's us done in here. Turn to our void ship. Okay, we did. We got a nice 10% dodge cloak. That's pretty good. If I click on this, I assume it'll just be heretical. Destroy the colony. No. Offer necessary clothes to the colony. Batch shuttle. Move provisions. We have nothing which to pay the rogue trader's generosity. Perhaps the college will require your aid again at a later time. Okay, so we'll come back potentially in the second half of the game after Act 3. And hey, maybe we'll find something. I've seen a planet burn once before. Okay, that's nice. Promethean 7. Go and get 7 Promethean. We'll see what this mystery is. Bizarre structure observed from orbit appears to be the ruined estate of a wealthy noble. Further searching reveals the remains of an envirodome, a landing pad, the main manor, and the servants' quarters. It is impossible to determine what exactly happened here. The search team has found something truly disturbing in the main hall. An opulent, clothed skeleton sitting at the dinner table. The table is set with gold plates covered with old bones and piles of bones. The bones on the plates are clearly human. No other remains have been found on the estate. Scout team returns some expensive weaponry taken from the skeleton. After finishing their report, they hurry away whispering prayers. An assault lasgun. Nice. Could I not, like, search it and then burn it with holy fire? I don't see why I couldn't do both. Vox notification from the Orca crew drowns out the usual noise on the bridge. An Imperial vessel, the Dark Piercer, and its escort ships are headed your way. Your archives make no mention of either the ship or its owner. As you consider your course of action, the ship's captain contacts you first, introducing himself as the Pilgrim. Captain greets the rogue trader courteously and offers to purchase any information you might have on crystal phlogiston deposits. All of the following are required. Ask why the Pilgrim needs phlogiston. The captain's coarse laughter echoes forth from the Vox. Phlogiston is part and parcel of many different aspects of life in the Imperium. How exactly his customers are going to use it is none of his concern. All that the Pilgrim promises is that the phlogiston will be used for the good of humanity. He immediately remarks that someone without a name is not to be trusted. Deals with such people do not tend to end well. If she were you, she would first find out his secrets and then scrupulously remove him from the operation. Pascal becomes visibly animated at the mention of Phlogiston. Though indifferent to the prospect of a deal with the shadowy individual, the Magos nevertheless recommends you find out more about Phlogiston deposits. Your own protectorate would benefit from the knowledge. Sister Argenta sincerely believes the words of the pilgrim. A cowl or a golden aguila are no prerequisites for being his true servant. If the captain sincerely wants to help the Imperium, perhaps by his own methods, there is nothing questionable about extending a helping hand. Thomas 10. Why does he call himself the Pilgrim? He's not done the right thing in his life, but he once beheld the blessing of the Emperor himself and has followed the special path. By receive in return. Let's let you on intriguing rumors that may be of interest to someone. Tell him that is not enough. Looks like the captain of Dark Pierce is unsurprised by your reaction. He's willing to pay in gold and securities for any information on Phlogiston. Item information in exchange for Phlogiston. In profit factor 2. Captain of Dark Fear's best is spirits. In gratitude for your invaluable help, he sends you a small box containing ancient maps and documents. They appear to speak of certain imperial world lost many centuries ago. Then, in somewhat conspiratorial turn, the pilgrim relates a story about a standoff between two Xenos fleets, which he was told by an acquaintance. The person in question, sadly enough, died at the hands of the Inquisition before they were able to pass on the coordinates for the crash site of one of the Xenos ships. However, the pilgrim knows for a fact that the vessel met its demise on an ocean world. Okay. So if we take a quick look at what we actually just got. Treasure in the ocean of a ship that hit its demise. And then we actually got more, just a little thing on the pilgrim himself. Okay. And I believe we earned some more Phlogiston. We did. We got about 10 more Phlogiston. Absolutely fantastic. How are colonies going, more to the point? They're not. Why? What are we waiting for? I believe we're going for Bonfires of the Righteous, because it does get us 1 profit factor. We need efficiency and complacency in this town. Okay. That's not going to happen at this point by the looks of it. Here we would like this. We need a mechanism. And on Dargonus, we have finished Genetic Mercy. That got us more people. And we'll probably go for Cass Balaka mission, because we don't really care so much about Fellowship of the Void in this playthrough. But also, on the other hand, let's just get Doctrine of Rationality. Let's put efficiency up by 3. And then let's go to this final planet. Oh, we're not going to go to Plasteel, and so back. Oh, a little bit of repair. So that was damage from the void. And let's, oh, sorry, from the warp. Void is everywhere. Okay, where are we? I'm not going to go off on little detours, not yet. I'll come back and fill those in at some point, but obviously I'm visiting the systems we do go to. But I'm kind of pushing to get to Kiawagam a little bit. Let's obviously visit. We've got some Aldari warriors. The last of the 3 that Ilya asked us about. And it looks like some Drukhari are in the background. A violent battle is unfolding before the rogue trader's eyes. Patrol ships from the Quarter Fleet are tearing apart 2 small Aldari vessels. Once they are finished with them, the Void ships give chase after the 3rd already damaged vessel, clearly with the intention of destroying it as well. Seeing the last ship's impending death, Iliad calls out to the Lord Captain, her voice trembling slightly. Only the rogue trader's intervention can save her kin from the massacre. Send a message to the fleet, ordering them to stop the battle. The Voxmaster relays the Lord Captain's demand to stop the battle and soon returns with a reply. According to the Chorter ships, this group of Xenos are malicious criminals. They are guilty of raiding this system's planets and robbing the merchant vessels. Instead of Chorter's, Void ships are intent on performing their duty before the Emperor and exterminating the Xenos. Elliot suddenly watches the unfolding chase through the stained glass windows of the captain's bridge. She grimly concedes that no crime should go unpunished, except her kin are worth-flying transport ships. It would have been impossible for them to rob a ship, let alone launch a planetary raid. Vessels such as theirs simply lack the firepower to do so. The monkey are lying. Patrol Captain's reluctant admits that there is no conclusive proof. The system is sometimes the target of pirate raids. However, this changes nothing, for his servants have no mercy of the enemy's humanity. Probably these guys doing the raiding, maybe. We'll go for the Lord Xenos check as well. I mean, we may as well attempt to get a smidge more experience. Why not? Despite the presence of some weaponry, the Xenoship is more likely meant for transporting cargo or the Xenos themselves rather than direct combat. Go for the coercion. Unwilling to engage in open battle with the flagship of a foreign dynasty, the patrol reluctantly leaves its prey and retreats to the edge of the system. Meanwhile, the wounded Xenoship is rapidly distancing itself from the recent battlefield, attempting to hide in the shadow of the nearest world. Every attempt to contact it is met with frustration, and the Voxmaster reports that the vessel is in deplorable condition. Who knows how much more the Xenotechnology can endure before the irreparable happens. The Odari are too scared and resentful of the monkey for the recent deaths of their kin to answer incoming hails. Despite this, Elliot is certain that she can convince them to cooperate with the alien tech. She is allowed to speak with them. Let her speak with her kin. Why does it have to go off her persuasion? Her persuasion. Sucks. Give it a go anyway. Yeah, we failed. Appeals to her kin's wisdom, but the words of the outcast cannot make them trust monkey. The pain of the loss fills the Eldari hearts. Only recently did the humans destroy 2 vessels of the children of Asurian, and now they offer aid. Whereas they offer aid through the mouth of their captive sister. No, the Eldari will not fall for this trick. Trying to outpace the pursuit of the next monkey vessel, the Eldari overload their voice ship's drives. One of the damaged engines is unable to bear the strain. For the eyes of 100 officers, the Xenoship flashes a fiery light blue through the stained glass windows as thousands of tiny shards disperse across the system. Bridge officers openly rejoice, offering prayers to the Emperor. Today the Expanse is cleansed of more filth, the enemies of humanity. What is this if not his providence? Only the thin figure of the Eldari stands motionless against the backdrop of the intricate stained glass windows, mourning the fallen in solemn silence. Once the pain in Elliot's soul is numbed, she turns to the Lord Captain and nods, a short gesture of gratitude for their attempt to save those who could hardly be saved. Some time after, Elliot comes to the Lord Captain, haggard but still holding on to hope. She says that she came aboard the monkey vessel and set off into the darkness in the hopes of finding her kin, but only found corpses slaughtered by humanity's hatred. And though she and the Lord Captain were not always in agreement, the Elentak still tried to lend a helping hand. In gratitude, as she promised, she shares the coordinates of her kin's cache. Find the Eldari cache. Can be found in the last chance of Cyrene in the orbit of a gas giant. And here we have to go back to Dargonus, which we will obviously do in the course of time. And here we are going to have a void ship fight. I am going to check my ship setup first, because with the Drukhari, you really do want black weapons as opposed to macro cannons. The planet is devoid of even the most primitive forms of life. However, the crew has made quite a strange discovery. A mirror, lying right in the center of a huge crater. A completely ordinary mirror in a frame, by all appearances, in pristine condition. Take it aboard the ship. The mirror now hangs on the wall in one of the compartments. It looks completely normal. However, after only an hour of its arrival, the Voxmaster reports that the shuttle crew that delivered the mirror has disappeared. The people who hung the mirror have also disappeared. Even the enforcer who wandered into the compartment by mistake and stopped to fix his new non-regulation cravat has vanished without a trace. Blow the whole compartment with a mirror inside. Then a team with righteous prayers on their lips. Team sent to destroy the mirror stopped responding the moment they entered the compartment. Is there any hope of them coming back? That's my thought. Clearly we're losing people. Batch group services to smash the mirror? Stopped responding the moment they entered the compartment. Yeah, I thought that would happen, to be honest, but I had to try it. Is there any chance of them coming back? Is there any chance of them coming back as warp creatures? We're going to blow up the whole compartment. Deciding that half measures were not enough, the Lord Captain gave the order to blow up the compartment. The demolition team carried out the procedure with pinpoint precision, resulting in minimal damage to the rest of the vessel. However, the picked recorder in the servo skull sent to survey the situation showed that the mirror was not damaged in the slightest, and it was now lying in the cavity left by the explosion. Oh, wow. Closes first, then depressurize the compartment. It's the only way to ensure the cursed mirror is expelled from the ship. Seal the compartment and continue the voyage. All support systems leading to it were sealed off. To this day, the crew tell stories of strange noises coming through the bulkheads, including the voices of their former crewmates begging to be let out. But the bizarre incident stopped, and the ship gained its own restricted area and grim legend. Maybe something will come in the future. Probably warp creatures. To repair the hull, a vigilant member of the Orca crew has detected a small Xenos vessel drifting through the void. The ship is unpowered and shows no sign of being crewed. Send out a boarding shuttle. The squad boarded the vessel without issue. Corrosion has laid waste to the ship's systems, which led to the death of the entire crew. The interior is full of Aldari corpses. No weapons were found on board, and the dead Xenos, judging by their clothing, were not part of any warrior caste, merely the crew of the now defunct ship. The Xenos Iliad claims to have recognized the symbols on the dead Aldari's clothes. They were civilian refugees from Craftworld Kruderach. Okay. Can't do anything with it, but okay. Give them rights. Moneywood has been catalogued as normal. You know, I don't know, maybe get some experience with Iliad kind of thing. Or wait, I want my ship. But, you know, loot them, maybe. Anyway, so we want to... This is something that I've been... Allows the Iconic Blast to be fired from plasma macro cannons. I have plasma macro cannons. Okay, so I can use the Iconic one. So that does... What's this? No, that's torpedo tubes. Kinetic... So I need kinetic macro cannons, which I don't have to be able to use flak. And so that's why it's not been working. I thought there might have been something like that. Starhawk bombers to be launched through torpedo tubes. Valve speed along with strong acceleration and low braking. That means the end section is going to be a little bit smaller. And it's +3 additional void movement points when ramming. I don't really have a ram, so that can just go to cargo, to be honest. Medium range dorsal macro cannons, which shoot 3 shots dealing. Doesn't say what they are, actually. I guess you don't get a difference in the dorsal ones. Sun Hammer Lance Battery... Starbreaker Lance weapon. Yeah, I mean, flak ammo is really what you want against Drukhari. Pulsar shields. Well, keep the bombers, I think. Okay, yeah, I think we're as good as we're ever going to be. Let's come up to this. We should be able to get this planet first, and then we'll go into the fight with the Drukhari. I think we'll be okay. 2 plasteel. We're not going to go and grab that. Let's go into the fight with the Drukhari. I can basically recognize it's them from the shape of their ships, which is interesting. Small, sleek, and spiky. Basically how it goes.
Mighty machine spirit.
Okay, I've blocked some of your flagship posts. What did we lose? Oh, we don't quite know yet. Oh, and of course I have my escort. I actually forgot about him. When they fire, they lose their protective barrier thing. I was about to say, there's this interesting blue line going on, but that's actually just the Star's Talon Syrinx frigate. Oh, we've got some leech torpedoes. So there's only 2 bad guys. Obviously, there's now torpedoes. We do kind of probably want to get all the way up here just to make sure we can get past them. We might not be able to get that. Let's put the dorsal cannons against these guys. Good shooting. Let's... Oh, he's out of range. Never mind. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get this into range. So I am just going to, in essence, charge straight forward. Go straight through my own ship, which, obviously, we flew underneath it. Space... Combat in space is not 2D. We are then going to... See what we can do about macro cannoning him. Beautiful shooting. We are then... Reload 1 round. Apparently that's on reload, which is very strange. Oh, there you go. You just have to switch between them. It's very strange. Anyway, we do actually want the bombers, mind you. We're going to go and pop those out there. Now, unfortunately, yes, we can't get those. We can't get those. We are going to try and... Oh, we can get this guy with this. I was hoping to do that. Turn him in that direction. I don't know if that did any damage. It does. Did a whole 7 damage. I shall take it. We are going to... I mean, these guys are just going to straight hit this. We are going to put some shields on the right-hand side. What weapons does this guy actually have? Leash torpedoes and a shadow lance. He does actually need to turn to face us, so he'll probably just take out our mate as well. So yeah, that'll be us. Our bomber wings. Come back here and... Do I attempt to take out his torpedoes and kind of do my mates a favor? I don't know, but let's actually fly around here. And let's attempt to take out the ship. Yeah, not bad. Because, yeah, these leash torpedoes are definitely about to have a field day with our mate. Well, he still managed to reach us. There, Aldari and Bakari ship movement is... Oh, wow. He went for me. It's just a little bit insane. Oh, is he going to get... He's going to get out of it. I love it. The torpedoes should be able to hit nobody. I'm going to do a nice big circle. Oh, nice. He went off in that direction. I quite like that. That does actually give me a chance to hit him. Oh, he's dropped more torpedoes. Right. Let us... See, this is what annoys me. Once I launch these, you don't get to launch torpedoes. But I feel like if I launch torpedoes first, it then lets me launch bombers. I actually need to double check that, to be fair. In my next void combat. If I can hit him, I think I can kill him.
None will lament their demise.
Beautiful. Let's see what I can do about these torpedoes. I only get to hit... Because it's just a 1 sustained burst, it only actually hits 1 target. I feel like I might be in the range. I'm now near enough occupying the same space as my mate, but I think we'll be okay. We're gonna keep the shielding where it is, and that'll be him. Oh, we can't actually... Alright, you guys can come this way. Kind of now chasing this guy, who has been very nice and coming right next to it. He could have come right behind us. Instead, he's decided to literally come and say hello. Okay, they took out 1 more torpedo. They've now put themselves in the range of those torpedoes. Maybe. Yeah, oh yeah. They're in range of those torpedoes. There's only 2 left, though, so... They survived. I like it. Not that it matters. I mean, we get them back every fight regardless. They just keep sending us a new escort ship. I mean, they're very nice in that regards. Nice. Let's do bigger turning arounds. Because... Although, wait, hang on. No, wait. Before we move, we can do this macro cannon battery. Which, there you go, is actually the end. We don't need to try and get the other one into range. Got some very nice trophies. 91 scrap. And so, I forget which we took, whether we took 50% more scrap or 50% less repair. We don't actually have any repair though, which is quite nice. That puts me on 456. The next upgrade to the hull will cost me 305. I'm happy to do that now. 150 is plenty to have in the back pocket. And, oh, we can still keep going. We are going to keep going. I'm going to make my thing literally into a flying fortress. I'm going to put so much, I don't know, adamantine, plasteel, whatever the holes are all made out of. There's going to be so much of it on the outside of my ship that honestly I'm going to be surprised if the thing moves by the time I'm finished. Then, if we can couple that with... Hey, there you go. More of our routes have been revealed. So as I said, we're going to go straight to Cavagamut. We'll come maybe to Nolla Septum on the way back, maybe. Warp travel. Emergency aboard the void ship. A foul warp entity has pierced the thin veil of the Getterfield and spawned unimaginable beasts of unnatural hues. Yeah, let's go and let's have a quick fight. Why not? All of my guys. All non-usable items are automatically packed in. Oh. I think corn. That's not me trying to tell you what I want for breakfast. No, we've simply got pink horrors. Oh, we're paused.
What a glorious storm this
I just went and
will be.
walked my guys into horror-filled darkness. This guy's up here. Heinrich, you're going to pop up and deal with this guy. I walked myself straight into basically warp horrors, which was not very smart of me. We don't actually have any cover. Fair. But then, it's just blue and pink horrors, basically. A little bit of Zinchi love. We are going to kind of... you're going to go as far... Damn it! Far forward as possible. And... Pascal... Although, wait, no, you don't want to go as far forward as possible. Unless... Cass takes an extra step forward as well, and then... Is actually going to come to here. Okay. Of course, Cass always goes first.
Me?
There's one thing Cass is good at. It seems to be at starting a fight. Stunned. Not stunned. How dare they? And these are the two guys that do get to go before us. Become immobilized. I'd rather he was stunned, but now we'll go for immobilization. But also, we get... not really. That's okay.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Didn't even get immobilized. And we're actually then going to go and give an extra turn. I think. We're not going to be able to...
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
End reality. Well, Alex gained 9 deflection against all warp damage and damage from psychic powers until the end of the navigator's next turn. Beautiful. It went straight back up, but everybody has 9 deflection against all warp damage, which is, of course, what these guys are going to be doing. Hey! You get back here! Did I even do anything? Oh, yeah, she's burning. Unforgiving. Oh, no, that would be wound loss. Melting? I think they just melted me, basically. Mark the bugger as prey. I will at some point go back and turn off. Well, maybe. I mean, technically it could be useful. The steel would give Idira extra turns whenever you kill someone marked as prey. Technically it is kind of useful, to be honest, but 10% hit chance. I don't think we actually need spend the extra point. First single shot against a stunned target, I believe that was. Okay, so this pink horror's almost at the end of his days. Let's turn this on. Make sure we don't hurt ourselves, and let us... I'm gonna leave it there. Come back for next round. Okay, come on. Come on. What have we got? There's only 4 bad guys. There's 4 I can see. Oh no, he got us. Twisting path. The creature's resolved by 2. Okay, that's... Oh, are we stacking it? No. Cannot use psychic powers. Oh, but he has psychosomatic trauma. He is stunned, right? Yeah, so we can actually just run straight past him. Pascal, come deal with this blue horror. Machine Spirit Communion. Because this stacks with other things. Let us... Not suffering from damage over time just yet. Not under damage under time also yet. Go and intimidate him. I'm gonna do a normal attack. Very nice, 53 damage. Just got hit by pain resonance, which they are now blinded. Very nice. And where it hurts, which may or may not still be there next round. Idira, you do not have psychosomatic trauma, which means we will be warping to our heart's content.
Will do. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Surfaces around are covered with mucus. And yes, the blue horror turned up inside the explosive barrels, as it does. Veil degradation. Everything pretty much has some veil degradation on it. We are pretty much playing with the warp already. Let us simply... Can we kind of see this guy? No, we cannot kind of see that guy at all. Let's simply...
But of course.
Play with this guy a little bit, and we'll probably just leave it there. Veil degradation being what it is. Ouch! It was strange to come back for another weird go kind of thing. Oh wow!
Of blood.
Being hit quite harshly there.
Everyone, step aside. But of course, Lord Captain.
Can't do most of his abilities. It dodged.
Naturally.
Harek's a smidge neutered, to be honest. And then we go 136 damage, that might be a bit much. World is bleeding. Reckless abandon 29 of my wounds. That's quite a lot of my wounds.
I shall not fail.
This one parried.
As honor ordains. The shadows will see it done.
Oh, all hit the same character. Very nice. And then... Perception by minus 15. Plus 15 to their strength and 15 to weapon skill and minus 20 to willpower for 2 turns. Maybe not the best fight to be using at these. Gift of Torment. Cass. Luckily, psychic powers do not set off.
Me? If you insist, Lord.
Do not set off perils of the warp. Go ahead and do the same thing. Fine. Let's then go and grant. Oh, he's outside of range. We can go and solve that problem. Pascal, feel strong. Pascal, slap the enemy with your giant axe. Not a euphemism. Let's go and crush him where he stands. Beautifully done. All of those extra bits of damage coming straight out of that. And back to Cass. And 30 to willpower and toughness. Now, toughness doesn't have anything to do with Kibala's extra health, but we'll give her the extra willpower to attempt to hopefully resist some effects of the war. And let's... should always be putting these down, and I do generally forget a lot. Whew, I don't like her. Really don't like her. C. Come up to here. Wow, really? You still can't... You can't see that guy? Are you mad? No, you can. Come this way and try and shoot this guy in the point-blank range face. Ouch! That wasn't supposed to happen. He's somewhat shielded. Let's see what we can do about that. Do that about that. Unfortunately, we have to reload, but you have a second rifle, ladies and gentlemen. No damage chance whatsoever? That's weird. I assume we can't... Oh, we can see this guy. We can't do that. What am I firing with? A needle rifle. Oh, so I guess we... These people are immune to toxic damage? I don't know. Seems to be. Alright, let's change back to the other weapon. And of course we do need to reload, but we can't, so that will be us. Yeah, hit him back. Pascal. Step yourself into there. And...
Advising.
We...
My vow is to serve.
mildly weaken this enemy. Oh, surviving with 3 health remaining. Quite a lot we can do about that, to be honest. Do need to get him dual combat so we can start shooting his multi-melt at the same time. If if he can. I guess we'll have to wait for him to self-implode, basically. Come to here and scream at this guy. We can. Might not be good for the general conditions around here, but it's always fun. Should have done this first.
Was that you? Or anything else?
No, it was me. That. Probably too close to charge. Simply walk forward and have a go at him. Still got 16 health.
For the throne's glory.
I probably should have stepped away and then simply charged him. We'll remember that for next time if he's still standing. Kibala. Have you come up this way, then attack this guy.
I am your blade and shield.
Alright, yes, we get an extra go. Why not? Let's
But of course.
simply weaken one of these fine folks.
Anything else?
That'll be that. It's literally still keeping us go.
I will not die in dishonor.
Like, do you mind?
As honor or caught by the web. Trust me.
Damage.
I shall
We are gonna
not
go and do
fail.
this.
As honor ordains.
Wish. Melted.
Trust me.
Imploded. When you start to get her going, her damage stacks so fantastically.
Stop it!
Oh. What happened here? Bluff of Despair, minus 20% dodge. Okay. Come to here and mount this guy's face off.
Always drowned in scarlet. As duty demands.
Of course, we get the two blue horrors that turned up just behind. And we would hit Pascal rather badly.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. If I may.
CC another go. Oh, which was pointless because she needs to reload. Ah, what a boo-boo. What a giant mistake. Let's go and make Pascal feel special.
Ordered around.
Now we can go reload.
Schemes, schemes.
Simply shoot him in the face. Pascal. Can we step forward and then
Envy is the tread of his faithful.
24 damage, 24 damage.
Running by Nerek override. The Octus Sun condemns you.
Boom. Double death. Kira, go mental.
None will stand against me.
Pain soothes.
Reality Quake and Whiplash. Perils of the Warp. I'm just going to go and assume there's nothing down here. There is not.
Patience.
You can walk through the warp. We're going back to the bridge. Doesn't even matter if they get a mild injury at this point. It's all over. And out the other side we come. Within room of proximity, cache on Kiava Gamma. Got no routes whilst before we jump in. There you go, we got a new route. No new system, so we'll jump there on the way back when we leave. For now, let's go and visit the system and deal with Kiava Gamma. Hook myself in a little bit more. Lord Captain, according to telemetry, we're in the system of Kiava Gamma, the main industrial world of the Von Valancius dynasty. Attempts to contact Governor Gaprak have been unsuccessful, but wait, Lord Captain, a new report Cavagam is sending a request to exchange data. Should we accept it? Ignore the transmission. We ignored the transmission as you ordered, but the Vox system has detected a dozen more incoming requests. The number is growing every second, and each one is becoming more insistent and stronger. I think I hear something. Oh. Lord Captain, interference detected in the compartment's Vox system. Looks like the bridge is cut off from the rest of the void ship. Why? Why? I told him to cut off the... I am going to have words with my Vox Master. He needs to sort himself out. Not only has he not brought me one good rumor, he's now trying to let scrap code onto the ship. We know bad stuff's going on the Kiava Gamma. We've had Heinrichs told us. We've intercepted a ship that's coming from there. Like, we know. But no. Anyway. The void ship's bridge sounds of working cogitation officers' footsteps. The everyday scene is interrupted by an ear-splitting, beeping sound, followed by lumens going out. In the dim glow of candles and emergency lights, one of the officers in frame cries out, another falls to her knees, clutching her head. Over the beeping of the Voxes, shouts can only just be heard. What's going on? The doors are locked. We've lost contact with all compartments. One of the bridge officers turns to the throne. Lord Captain, the Vox stations are malfunctioning and they're overloading the system. None of our outgoing transmissions are getting through. The incoming ones that do make it are distorted beyond interpretation. Decipher the incoming Vox transmissions at all costs. Human description excerpts gets to work. Data tethers are inserted into sockets and they connect to the cogitators. One of the Vox clerics leans over the console, another is writing something on a piece of parchment, but then she bursts into maniacal laughter and stabs herself in the eye with a steel quill. Another scream. A tech priest who was mid-prayer tears himself to pieces with his own Akendrites. More and more lunatics are mutilating themselves and lunging at others. Portion of the pic recording damaged after contact with an unknown object. An enforcer shoves a rabbit servitor away from the Lord Captain as she... rushes to help the crew, shouting out orders. Executes one of the lunatics and roars a series of orders to the rest. The madman's body falls at the rogue trader's feet as her commanding voice, magnified by a Vox amplifier, carries over all the noise. She orders the crew to master themselves immediately, promising to personally execute anyone who fails to do so. Some of the lunatics quiet down, others try to snap out of it. One pins her hand to a panel with a dagger to stop herself from moving. Another fervently whispers prayers. Some return to the cogitators, others lean over the wounded. Shots ring out. Those still on a rampage are executed by the rogue trader herself as promised. Scrap code. The voice belongs to the on-deck engineer who has turned to the Lord Captain from his station. We've been attacked with scrap code, a tech heresy designed to corrupt machines. The transmission received from the planet was infected with this taint, and it is now running through the ship's veins. Omnissiah preserve us. The Voidborn officer appears before the Lord Captain once more. Whatever it is that's attacking us, we have a backup procedure that can circumvent the Vox barrier in the atrium leading to the bridge. There's a terminal for an isolated system that might still be unaffected. A loud pop. The pipes over the officers' heads burst and a blast of hot air flings the Voidborn away from the Lord Captain, his body slamming straight through a cogitator panel. The pick frame spins uncontrollably. The servo skull was jolted by the gust. The pick recorder fogs over, the Vox picking up a crackling of electricity and a death cry. Gas on the bridge, a junior attendant shouts and instantly doubles over, inhaling the poisoned air. The rogue trader gives the order to evacuate immediately. The rogue trader personally oversees the evacuation. Bring the plasma cutters, get the wounded to the exit. The officers repeat her orders. When the servo skull following the rogue trader reaches the door, they fall to the plasma cutters and crumble outward. The rogue trader is the last to leave the bridge. The rogue trader takes a few steps down the corridor and breaks into a coughing fit, undoubtedly as a result of spending too long on the bridge. Splashes of crimson stain her clothes and floor, and the Lord Captain shakes her head. The farther the rogue trader walks into the atrium, the more unsteady her footsteps become. The Lord Captain takes a moment to lean against the bulkhead, but then crumples to the floor, coughing up gouts of blood onto her chest. Several people immediately dash to the rogue trader's side. The rogue trader is taken to the Medicae deck, where she is instantly surrounded by doctors. The crowd is so dense that the servo skull anxiously circles above them, trying to catch a glimpse of the subject of its recording. At last, the Lord Captain opens her eyes, dragging back to consciousness by a cocktail of medications and biostimulants from several IV bags. A number of scared junior officers promptly surround the bed. The ship is suffering devastating losses. The interbay comms are still offline. The crew is terrified, Lord Captain. Eyes full of terror, bloodied uniforms, slumped shoulders, and these officers are the only link to the Lord Captain currently as to the world to the outside Medicae deck. All she can do is support these people who are willing to risk their lives for the ship. Give them an inspiring speech. Reiterate that duty of every citizen of the Imperium owes to humanity. Offer a matter-of-fact logical analysis that might help them find the best tactic for this solution. Ooh, that's actually quite low. We're going to go Law of Imperium. Through the wheezes and coughs, the Lord Captain begins to quote numerous codices, whose commandments must be followed by every man, woman, and child in the Imperium. Her solemn words are filled with a call to fulfill their sacred duty to the bitter end. The officers' faces are calm and confident. One by one, they bow their heads, their hands forming the signs of the Aguila on their chests. They soon leave the medbay to deal with the situation on board. The Lord Captain spends some time in bed in the doctor's meticulous care. Out there somewhere, beyond the bulkheads of the blinded and deafened ship, people who have been left without their leader are fighting against an unknown threat. New victims are constantly being brought to the Medicae deck. Its server scroll records medics carrying in a young man, the right side of his body a mess of flesh and bone. Then a young woman with her jaw missing and her ribs bared. As if realizing the pointlessness of her stay here, the Lord Captain demands to be patched up and helped to her feet. The walk to the bridge is uneventful. The crisis has passed. Although wounded and crippled, the ship nevertheless has returned to its normal operation. Life on the bridge is as bustling as ever. Even though the people are surrounded by destruction, the senior officers have the situation under control, and the people have been organized. The emergency crew have already finished repairing the pipes, the technomats are setting up cogitators and consoles, and the healers are bagging up what few corpses there are and examining the wounded. By the comm station, the rogue trader runs into the Vox Master. Praise the Emperor, you're in one piece, Lord Captain. The situation on board is satisfactory. I was just in the middle of setting up comms channels. Soon all the Voxcasters will be fully operational. Another man appears in the pick frame. A junior officer completely out of breath carrying a heap of scrolls. The Voxmaster nods at him. Ah, here are the reports, Lord Captain. If you find yourself able to return to your station, I can immediately give you a rundown of the state of affairs on the ship. End of picked recording. Lord Captain, the situation has been brought under control, more or less. It will take some time to eliminate the consequences of the attack completely, but the vessel is capable of motion. We may even be able to conduct a warp jump if you feel we should leave the system. Allow me to bring you up to date. Fortunately, the bridge suffered only minor losses. The reports mention only a few casualties that have already been replaced. Yavagama went silent after transmitting the harmful signal. I refrained from sending inquiries to the industrial world to avoid a second attack. I'm afraid we have exhausted our options for remote analysis. More information can only be attained by closing the distance or even sending an away party to the planet's surface. The time has come to remind you about our agreement, CC. I must be present in your entourage during your expedition to Kiava-Gamma. I am counting on your cooperation. The crew is awaiting further instructions, Lord Captain. So, we didn't actually take any damage. There are unknown ships surrounding Kiava-Gamma. I wonder who they could possibly belong to. Let's do a quick scan. Going on, we'll quickly scan this lovely little planetoid. Scan, it's pretty much a very dead planet. Oh, it has something though, not explored. This dwarf planet is marked on von Valancius Protector's charts as Atoll, and serves as a backup source of water for the habitable worlds of neighboring systems. Due to the abundance of bacteria proliferating in the Atoll hydrosphere, the extraction of ice was stopped half a century ago. Much to your officer's surprise, the Augurs detected an unidentified mining rig deep underground. Presumably, the excavation is aimed at extracting clay minerals near the planet's core, enriched with iron and other metals. Contact the Extractium's Vox station. The Extractium turns out to be Sendia Corda's latest investment, whose demesne is located just within a few jumps from the Kranach system. While this world is of little value to the von Valancius dynasty, your officers see this gesture as an attempt to test the boundaries of the newly minted rogue trader's leniency. Magos Pascal notes the unusual composition of Atoll's core. Subsequently, development will allow the extraction of rare refractory metals. Heeding his advice, the rogue trader decides to keep the Extractium for herself. Basically allows the Senate Coda to feed on crumbs unworthy of von Valancius dynasty's attention. Destroy the Extractium with a precise shot. Orders to behead everyone on the illegal mining rig and sends their heads to Incendia Corda with the very best of wishes. Decides to keep the Extractium for herself with all the workers and servitors. I will keep the Extractium for myself on Pascal's orders. Your people easily assume control of the frightened workers, and the token security queue do not even attempt to resist. The extracting machines are restarted shortly after. The amassed containers filled with precious ore are delivered to the flagship's cargo hold. So then I get the chance of taking 3 plasteel? Or I actually got 3 plasteel? Anything from Atoll? No, doesn't look like it. Oh. Did I even get an extractium? Received item mobile extractium. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I can live with that. I don't really want 3 plasteel. And right, let's charge in Gamma. Let's kill some ships of heretics. Or some heretical ships, if you like. The arch enemy will die. Hopefully for not famous last words. We do have a strong little ship. We, of course, have our escort as well.
You're going to do battle with them. In this crude vessel.
Hey, there is nothing wrong with my vessel, thank you very much. There are 5 of them. Iconoclast. So 2 destroyers, I assume they probably have, yes, melter cannons and lance. Oh, no torpedoes, that's good. The Raider does have some torpedoes and macro cannons. And over here we have the Raider and another destroyer. Fine. Nothing particularly too much gas and dust cloud. Okay, so let us welcome them to this area of space. Evasion plus 30%. I think I might jump in there and then attempt to jump back out. Okay, we're just out of range of that. We're obviously not going to get anything from our cannons. Let us... I'm going to drop my torpedoes to the right. Of course, all these guys could do a heavy turn to their right as well. I'm hoping these guys do as well. I don't know. I feel like this is just... I feel like this is where we can potentially... Wait, if I go 1 forward, not quite in the cloud yet. No, we're still out of range. Okay, let's go... Ah, of course, yes. Our range drops off. Let us... I'm going to say forward shields. Let us turn this ship. A little bit of damage, not much. And then let us continue. A whole bunch of miss. And miss. Okay, yep, they're curling in towards us. Both the destroyers. He's having a go as well. Oh, couple of hits. Couple of hits. Didn't really do too much against our shields, though. A little more damage against the shields. Oh no, they have actually done damage to me as well. I think my health is 238. They have actually done 11 damage to me. Torpedoes have been launched. Oh no, 228. They've done 1 damage to me. And we've gone to strip them of shields as well. Beautiful. Torpedoes. You're gonna go and take out this Raider. Because I'm not a great fan of all of this lancing the world full of... saturating the void full of torpedoes, is what I should be saying. 42% chance, however... Oh, that's not much good. And... seem to have slightly... My... hit chance, yes, my hit chance also does go down, however... Let's give it a go. There you go. This will be a lot lower because we're both in this dust cloud. We did pretty well. We finish him off with dorsal. No, he's just about still standing. And... Can, however, warp wave him. Turn him ever so slightly. Let's come out of the cloud. And can we finish him off? Hopefully. Beautiful. He's destroyed as well. Obviously, we have those torpedoes, but they shouldn't be too much of a problem. All right, we'll leave ourselves there. 3 down, 2 to go. This raider will probably drop some torpedoes in my direction. He's jumped himself into the dust cloud. These torpedoes, I think, are going to smack straight into this guy. Oh, yes. They didn't explode. That's crazy. And he needs to move off, basically. Yes, well done. We have some more torpedoes back here. Oh, just out of range. These guys aren't, though. Yep, because we got the shields there. Maybe I should have used this and shield pulsed him. But that's okay. Yeah, so look, we can still drop this, and we can still do bombers. But once we drop bombers, we don't seem to be able to go back to torpedoes. I feel like that's a bug. I don't see why one should, in essence, be... Ooh, beautiful. One should be exclusive of the other. I mean, the only thing I can think of is they've gone and designed it that way because once you've launched bombers, I should have used the shield ability. Anyway, once you've launched bombers, you know, you have to keep the bay clear for them to land. I don't know if there's some kind of logic behind that. I don't know. Oh, I couldn't have reached him anyway. I truly don't know on that. Let's go starboard shield. And I'm actually going to jump forward. We'll leave it at that. Good shooting. I'm not going to go and deny that one. They're going to, yep, do nothing for a couple more turns. They should also be doing nothing. Shields repaired. Right, I don't think we'd actually hit them yet, to be honest. Ooh, big damage. Alright, the torpedoes will take care of them. I actually forgot this guy was still alive, if I'm perfectly honest. Yeah, I'm gonna play a little game of chase. I just want to run through this. There's an achievement for going in all of the zones, and I know I've been in this one before. I know I've been in the meteorite storm as well. I don't think I've been in this one, though. And I don't know if there is a 4th zone. So I'm just gonna kind of run through it. The fight's almost over.
Sail upon the seas of void.
And we're unfortunately not going to be able to get him in any form of rain. That's alright. There's no... I'm actually just going to leave him facing me because I want him to curl around towards me. So we're just going to leave it there. Torpedoes can keep running around after us in a giant... We're basically doing a giant circle running around after each other. They're going to blow up. The bluey. And they'll go through. They'll blow up next round. Beautiful work. Let us... Can't just come to here because we need to go... Here you go.
Void Master, if you please.
There's a chance of starting fires, however. Oh yes, there's a chance a weapon might be disabled, I believe, as well. 2 random weapons of the vessel are disabled until it leaves the zone. Oh, until it leaves the zone. I've left the zone. Give me my weapons back. They're disabled until it leaves the zone. Give me my weapons back. Let's go drop some torpedoes just in front of this guy. That'll be that for now. He'll hopefully curl around. Keep curling. Yep. Should be in beautiful range of my torpedoes. Repaired shields, because it went through the electrical zone. And, okay, so there's obviously a zone I'm missing. Like I said, I've definitely been through a meteorite storm, because I almost committed suicide in my fight against the starbase. So I know that's definitely happened. I've obviously just been through this one and this one. We can upgrade. Get a couple more beautiful points, yes, on our ship. What have we got? We seem to have almost the full go. At the end of each turn, the most damaged sector of the flagship shields restores up to 50% of its strength. Duration 2 rounds plus 1 round for every 20 points in the Shield Master's tech skill. So that lasts for about 7 rounds. That's quite nice, especially on big fights where potentially people are punching through my shields. Flagship makes 7 attacks, each of which targets a random enemy in 8 cell range. I am going to go for the shield ability. 3 torpedo salvos instead of 1 is also fantastic, don't get me wrong. But, go for the shields. And, oh, do both. Of course, strafe, vulnerability scan, I'm happy, not worried about those. Yep, let's just get both. Absolutely fantastic. Posts, there you go. We've clearly focused on our Master Cannoneer and Shield Master, with the other ones slightly falling off. Of course, at some point, I'm going to want to go back to my other characters and upgrade them, because it will help, for instance, these skills like their awareness, etc., and keep them all nice and relevant in the grand old scheme of things. Use current ability once. Haven't gone and done that. Overlays enemy shields, redistributing them with the weakest side facing the flagship. The enemy has a hollow field. It loses several of its charges. Pulse can also negatively impact other Xenos technology. That's a hollow field. It loses several of its charges. The overload expends 25% of the flagship shields. Oh, right. We get rid of that. That's fantastic. Let's have a look at our other abilities as well. Can we upgrade any of them? Already upgraded. These can't be upgraded. That can't be upgraded. This can. Hull integrity, no damage. So 45 on 90, movability, hold damage. 45 on 90, movability, hold damage. Does damage from 15 to 20% of the ship's missing hull. 25 to 30% of the ship's missing hull. And you have no abilities quite yet. Okay. So yeah. Actually costs me 0. We have 249. That, I think, yeah, I'm willing to spend 100. Let's upgrade the Warp Wave ability. I do use it every once in a while. We now have the upgraded version of that. And so if we go and use Shield Pulse, we'll be able to upgrade that as well. So we'll attempt to plug that in one of our battles at some point soon. Okay, so let's charge on to Kiava Gamma. Let's begin our scan, and I wonder what we could find. Oh my days! Manufactorum of Kiava Gamma. Who would have thought? We will, of course, take the usual suspects. We have to take Heinrichs. Okay, so let's jump straight in. Cross for more tea, but my tea has in fact run out. Very sad moment in many a man's life. So, of course, we are going to have to destroy some scrap code heresy that has found itself very abundant on Kiava Gamma right now. Here we are, the beautiful Manufactorum. Well, it's maybe not quite so beautiful anymore in the eyes of any of the Emperor's finest. Hey, at least we got Pascal with us as well. No solemn ceremony, no personal meeting with Magi. I fear we are too late, and we won't be dealing with clandestine heretics after all. When areas of alarm stream out of Pascal's Vox synthesizer. In their neurotic, broken rhythm, you sense a call to arms and a warning of danger. I assumed I would conduct an investigation to track down traces of the cult of the Final Dawn. I believe I can discard that plan now. Both the incident with the scrap code and the manner in which we were forced to land on Kiavagama indicate that the situation has turned for the worse. Nevertheless, I must use this opportunity to try to determine what the cult is doing on the industrial world and what specifically interests them. Blah, 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 blah. We'll learn nothing by standing here. Charge. Death to the heretics. Pascal will check you.
My success isn't
Quickly done.
irrefutable, sir.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Corrupted servitor, corrupted servitor, corrupted servitor. You guys are about to try and pick a fight. Corrupted servitors before you appear as if they're performing some elaborate and confusing dance, striking strange poses that they rock back and forth with their arms bent at peculiar angles. Strange these completely by grating sound, dull clicks at the edge of your hearing coming from an unknown source. Observe the servitor closest to me. Because you're expecting, you construct the servitors designed for precision work on an assembly line. The number of high-quality, expensive augments in their body greatly exceeds basic standards. Servitor's hand moves, it slowly reaching towards you. Avoid its touch. Gently and swiftly, you step away from the servitor. It stretches out its hand as if trying to blindly touch you in the space that you have already left. It stills once more. It seems its brain is incapable of quickly processing changes in its surrounding. Find the source of the repeating clicks. Soon enough, you click the source of the clicking. On the back of the servitors, a tumor oozing with murky ichor is growing straight through the augments. The relays coating the inflamed tissue are blocked, hence the reason for the persistent clicking. Mutation in a servitor. Tech priests typically reject the use of flawed soft tissue for their constructs. Perhaps something has caused the aggressive growth. Let's try and cut it away with an 78% chance. Succeeded. That's most difficulty. You cut away the excess flesh from the mechanisms. The liberated relay lets out a rapid burst of clicks. Then a spark flashes before your eyes and something begins to hum deep in the servitor's flesh. As if on crew, the servitor stops moving, lower their arms, and turn to you. Crew 24, second line of the manufactorum. Commencing work, state your request. Deactivate your service is done. Well, they're not going to come back and cause any problems. Oh, we have a couple of cogitators over here. Has dozens of breakers, buttons, handles, switches, and other control mechanisms. View the log. Dipped with its contents. Or if it's human spirit, using your access to study the archives stand in this cogitator. First log. Whose power might transform the dead metal to make manifest the holy visions of the machine god. New protocols received at the sign-off from Gate Fabric Center being executed despite those who shuddered at the thought of changing a standard procedure. Second log. Room assembly of the Fabric Center unsealed the vaults of the sacred designs and committed those deemed redundant or heretical to purifying disposal. Today, dozens of their standard procedures were lost to be replaced by new ones, which Fabric Center will deliver to those who demonstrate the greatest devotion to the serving of the truth. Chances 100%. Your knowledge of machine spirits is sufficient to trick the system and subdue it to your will. A false query, a crafty manipulation of controls. The instrument terminals have already been replaced and the material delivery systems are being prepared for divine transformation. The execution of the new procedure has been delayed, for there are some in our ranks who doubt the words of the Fabric Center and its votaries. There are some who are not susceptible to the enhanced protocol that carries out tech comrades to enlightenment. Corruption is abound on this one. View the log. Master responsibility millions of strings related to receiving raw materials for processing, shipping, processed metals, and schedules for the sacred rituals. Step away. Nothing new to be found in that one. We have some rather sparky looking
One step at a time.
machine
Thousands
spirits.
and thousands of voices crying out for salvation. In hope. With wild promises. Their pain is your reward, interrogator.
I will pretend I did not hear your last words, witch.
16 universal laws, the mysteries. Containing revelations of the Omnissiah recorded in special binaric dialect. Only a member of the cult Mechanicus with a key to this cipher may partake in the wisdom. Don't have the controls to be able to go
of a world,
up there.
I am The rogue threat.
And who are you and how can I help you? The lumps protruding under the tech priest's bedraggled red robe hint at the mechanisms implanted in his body. You see his haggard and sickly face and the archaic respirator augment. Aye, aye. A click, a clank, a barely audible hiss, and only then the tech priest Vox finished his word. Identification. Request denied, registering anomalous behavior in the servant's organics and an invalid noosphere response. This unit is compromised. You carefully study the robe-clad figure. A black border of necrosis spreads out from around the tech priest's implants. For some reason, his body is retracting the true flesh. A moment later, you recognize the dominant smell in the bouquet of scents permeating the air around the tech priest. The stench of rotten meat. This guy smells worse than a grox fermented in spent promethium. I bet he tastes even worse. What? Consumption of the flesh of members of the Mechanicus is not recommended, irrespective of their smell or comprised state. Who are you? Magos Custos to the machine. Sanctum Tier 20. Identification. Where's the fabricated sensor? Denied. The irregulated demands executed by Protocol 3942 in accordance with the fabricated sensor's decree. Anticipated process disruption. Execution of disposal protocol recommended. Man wants to pick a fight. Friends are coming. Now, if I remember, yes, I did this last time and caught myself a lot of pain because these guys explode. Exploding on its next turn. Killing a creature in the process of self-destruction will also cause an explosion. So Cass, we're going to send you back here to attempt to sort out the masses. These guys don't explode, however. No, they do not. Pascal, sort your people out. People are potentially coming this way. We may have to kill these guys from a distance, to be honest. You come down to there. CC in there, and I'm going to go for Idira in there. Okay, the Corrupted Magos does go next, but that's fine. Let us...
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
See what we can do. Ready to explode. Ready. Stunned. Stunned. Ready to explode. And just not ready to explode. Try again. Stunned. 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 Not stunned. Okay, so... guys are now going to be in front line. Again, I should do... these should be the very first things I do. And 20 dodge reduction.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Guys are going to go and grab that one, and then we're going to stick this in for myself.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
And then again, we should probably have done this first.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Yes. Well, lowers willpower, so they will in fact take more damage and be more likely to be stunned. I really need to do these things. I don't know. My opening move is just a double stare. CC. Let's take out the Magos heretic.
A wicked.
He is a really...
What if schemes
Good
within
things
schemes
in a slightly better order.
Behold the wrath of madness.
Let's just take out the Magos.
A new note in discordant melody.
You guys are all ready to explode. So it says that explode. When will they explode? Exploding on its next turn. Right. Oh, I should have finished him off. He would have self-exploded and probably taken out half of these guys with him. Unfortunately, I don't have run of gun.
Let's see.
Right, so that needs to be my task. Can we, or we potentially can, look forward to here. Only a 30% chance, though. Ah. Crack grenade, on the other hand.
Get me a target.
Yep. So that just happened.
Naturally.
See, yes,
Let's see
can get Pascal. All right. Of course, it might not matter because here comes Keebler.
Death comes in silence.
Pascal might not even get a go.
Aim for the heart next time.
Ooh, oh so close to death. Death.
Death is a blessing.
Not the best first contact with the world's inhabitants. You are correct. Check the flesh, rank 1. Always add to the cargo. That is a pretty rubbish looking Omniscience axe. We get a crack grenade back. That's good. Gonna just very quickly straight away. You have... Place your crack grenade. That was a beautiful grenade. Set off the self-destruct. Everything just kind of went in the right direction from there, to be honest. A Rotobi pattern plasma pistol. That can probably always be going to cargo now as well, to be honest. Yeah. And we will keep the frag grenade. Now, let's go across and do all of our levels up very quickly. Fresh start. Hyper character 50% bonus to dodge against the first attack of opportunity every round. Not really bad, eh? Every time I use a heroic act, command against 5 to all of their characteristics until the end of combat. Base skill demolition. Last weapon expert? Maybe. I don't know if I'm good at weapons. Subject weapons gain +2 to minimum damage. Power weapon attacks gain 10% armor, penetration, melter, melee, las, heavy, flame, dueling, combat master. Yeah, none of it's really jumping up. I don't think I really need to go base skill of demolition. I think the demolition is going to keep going up very beautifully on its own. So I think we'll get the fresh start. 50% bonus to dodge against the first attack of opportunity. And then... next attack this turn will have additional effect. Prey, probably not going to worry about that too much. Designates an enemy in a 10-cell radius as trailed and finishes the turn. If an ally kills a trailed enemy, bounty hunter gains an extra turn after that ally's turn with all AP and MP remaining from the moment the bounty hunter used hot on the trail. The bounty hunter gains an additional 2+ target difficulty tier divided by 2 MP. Current Hot Trailer is reset when Hot Trailer is used for the 3rd time during combat. Yeah, I can see that. How about raid? Until bounce next turn, whenever an ally attacks a target marked as prey, this attack deals 6% additional damage and gains half of the bounty hunter's current bonuses to critical hit chance. And critical hit damage is granted by hunt down prey. Yeah, I think we can raid. I think we can do that. This way, okay. Now, of course, I love how sometimes these are just like the other way round. I don't quite get it, but okay. The executioner's next melee attack forces all enemies hit to run away. No. Pain resonance, I'm thinking, will be quite nice. Next range attack or psychic staff damage. Not gonna happen. The executioner immediately inflicts bleeding on an ally of their choice. That ally gains bonus to dodge and 3 additional MP until bleeding ends for any reason. 5 plus Medicae, so that's currently 85 divided by 10, so 8.5% bonus to dodge. Really not that great, is it? Pain resonance. Once you manage to finally get your way a little bit through the math, anytime an ability or talent uses the Fellowship bonus, a Void One character can instead use the Intelligence bonus. Yeah, no, not really. Anytime a Void One character scores a critical hit, there's a 10% chance to double the damage. Maybe. 20% chance to survive after suffering lethal damage, surviving with 1 wound. Creature with a Blood Bless or Bloodstain effect gains 1 stack of this effect whenever Raining Blood is inflicted again, or whenever it starts its turn on a blood-covered cell. Death God's Assassin's Allies deal 2 plus agility bonus percentage, so 7% more damage to enemies if both the ally and their target are stand on blood-covered. Yeah, again, that's quite a bit. Blood Bless or Bloodstain effect gains +1 stack of this effect whenever bleeding, burning, or toxin is inflicted on it. Blood Bless or Bloodstain effect gains +1 stack of this effect each time it suffers damage from bleeding, burning, or toxin. Yeah, they would stack up quite nicely. Characters training agility. Yeah, I can see that. Or strength, or weapon skill. We haven't done any of these yet. Dueling Master gains 50% bonus to parry. Dual weapon combat, potentially. And then because we might end up going dual weapon. I'm really not sure on that, though. Give her some extra attacks. Will, however, for now... Master training agility... Let's just go Dueling Master. I mean, it's a straight 15%. Can't really go and argue with those numbers. And... Oh, can we upgrade? Can we upgrade? We can. That's the obvious what we're doing. And then... Foreboding creates an area that lasts until the start of the cycle's next turn. It allows within that area. Pretty big area. Gain 12% dodge. Their dodge chance cannot be less. 12%. All allies that are currently affected by any of the Psyker's powers gain the perfect timing effect. Or just precognition. Once per round, the Psyker's next turn is moved up by 2 turns in the round initiative sequence. This ability may allow the Psyker to have 2 turns during 1 round. Target makes a willpower resistance test. If that test fails, the target immediately attacks its allies. After the target suffers psychic shriek damage, and their willpower is used by -18 until the end of combat. If that succeeds, the target suffers psychic shriek damage, and their willpower is reduced. Done. Now, I might make her a pyromancer by the end of this as well, to be honest. Could have some beautiful abilities coming out of that. Okay, yeah, we're going to go into her navigator abilities. Immolate the soul. Very nice. Show the path. Have at least 1 melee weapon in their weapon set. Target me gains an extra turn, during which they gain the ability to charge. Warp Curse Unleashed. Yes, that is actually quite big for our current setup. 28% more damage from Warp. Reckless Abandon. Wounds all of their melee attacks and damage over time effects deal an additional 30% of their maximum wounds percentage damage. Pretty much kind of a copy of Kibelo's abilities, to be honest. Fires of the Forge for deflection against burning effect and flame weapons. Not quite yet. While wearing heavy armor. Which... No, in fact, so we want to be able to wear heavy armor. So let's come down and get that ability. We also want dual weapon. We want so much with this guy. Heavy weapon, heavy armor proficient. Need it will not die still. Dueling Master. We need so much. +1 rank. You can't really get much. Light of the Emperor. All allies affected by Word of the Emperor are healed. Beautiful. That's a no-brainer. And so let's go to our inventory, because this lovely guy can now get Tempestuous Armor. 60% armor as opposed to 20. Armor deflection goes from 0 to 4. Against +2 deflection against ranged attacks as well. I quite like it. The Holy Vestment technically is actually 30% armor because of the bonus. I don't know. That's an interesting one to me. Why even bother putting it in the bonus? Just call it 30% armor. Doesn't make a difference. My dodge penalty is heavier, so I will have less dodge, but I don't really have much dodge anyway, to be honest. 16 Universal Laws, you want to read it? And let us... I mean, assault lasgun. Do I want to potentially give her a bit of an assault weapon to be able to use kind of different style of abilities with her? It's tempting. Oh, we also have our 10% dodge cloak as well. Who could do with a nice 10% dodge? Maybe, actually. Perfect kill. Yeah, we're definitely going to keep that. We're definitely going to keep that. Coat grants wear a 10% parry reduction of 5% armor penetration from melee attack. Might actually be Keebler. I mean, whenever the wearer deals damage with a melee attack, they gain 7 temporary wounds. I'm pretty sure it doesn't stack. Now, it is a pretty big one. Or I might just... Whenever they fall unconscious, they enter stasis, immediately recovering toughness bonus wounds instead. So that's 3. The wearer loses all MP but gains 30% to dodge for 1 round. Do you know what? Let's just give her the cloak. 110% dodge. Not bad, really. Not bad at all. Fractal Blade. We probably want to keep Death Cult weapons general. I mean, yeah, dual combat, I think. I don't know, maybe. I reckon she can get some good melee weapons as well. Single-handed melee weapons, I should specify what I'm on about. And up we go. Yeah. Can we see some of the scenery, please? Come across to here. This then brings this straight down. We'd also then, however, go and have...
They will see. Oh, yes. They all will see.
Oh, that's something down there. Got it. Got it. Disarm the trap. Couldn't be too much of a problem.
Genius triumphs.
Anything over here? We have goods over there. We don't technically have to go around here, but I'm going to anyway. Goods. For the warp. Oh, we can't. Sorry, that's around there again. Blood mixed with machine oil is barely visible on the dark floor. Wow, this looks like it gets fun.
Patience. Oh, my nerves are frayed.
Get ourselves
I'm still new to the
through.
art of
That's fine.
exploring.
Come over into this corner. I don't think there was anything in here. Doesn't look like it. That's good. Go disarm this trap.
Everyone, applaud my brilliance.
Set up the ladder. That's from down there. That'll be, in essence, a quick way to get back up to here. Have a quick convo with this Lex mechanic. A small, heavily ornamented man in filthy, tattered robes stands before you. As you approach, he hesitantly looks up at you, his eyes filled with horror. Portable inscriber with a keyboard hanging from the straps at his front, and you can see his detached cerebral cogitator peeking out from under his hood. You have nothing to fear first. Deus Mechanicus. He heard my prayers. I thought I was alone in the kingdom of madness and depravity. Please save me. Tell us who you are and what happened. I am a Manufactorum Lex Mechanic. I performed the rituals for the machine spirits of Foundry 9-5 up until we started going mad. Priest devoted to the Messiah suddenly started praising the dawn of something or other. They stopped the belts and then they desecrated the visages of the sacred machines with unholy symbols. Some of them resisted, the others grabbed them, tidied them up, and then they turned their implants to heresy. I saw the madman, my former tech comrades, deliberately connect those poor souls to corrupted cogitators. And did nothing to stop them. I am recording a violation of the commandment of thine O Forge, be a true sentinel. Apostate Data 86, your accesses are hereby revoked. Proceed with your report. How did you manage to avoid the same fate? I didn't avoid it. They performed the same procedure on me. Felt the touch of the holy code. I allowed it to control me. I abandoned my sacred post and followed one of the traitors, serving his will and gathering all the data for his blasphemous experiments. I was driven by an unholy impulse coming from the depths of my auxiliary cogitator. The whispers are dancing around you, latching onto you, but not for long. Maybe it will happen yet. Maybe it won't at all. Before I found a way to throw off the compulsion, I witnessed horrifying heresy. the extraction of true flesh and its decomposition on altars. Perverse procedures that resulted in technical abominations. I even accompanied a fallen Magos to the fabricator sensor himself and attended the unholy mass he led personally. Praise the gifts of the Messiah, I managed to disconnect my external cogitator, which I used for primary data processing. The machine is corrupted, the scrap code is locked inside it, like a beast in a cage, but anyone who tries to look inside will fall victim to the heretical program. My primitive brain has been marked by corruption. I still see their silhouettes, hear their interference, I sense malfunctions in my augmetics, but I was still saved from the great sacrifice. You see his hand casually stray to the handle of his weapon, but the interrogator was in no hurry to act. Mentioned a monster. No, not those constructs that are melted down in furnaces and sent into the depths of Manufactorum. It is some kind of semblance of a cogitator, a nightmarish parody of a sacred machine powered not by the Omnissiah's grace, but by the unholy spirits and life force of the unfortunates imprisoned on the lower decks. I don't know much except that the fabricator sensor saw that machine as special. It was special to him and to the crazies who defiled the Omnissiah's abode with their obscene blasphemies. It is a true abomination, even standing near it is unbearable. How did your crazed comrades behave? Like the grace of the Omnissiah had left them entirely, replacing free thought and progress with blackest corruption. I witnessed them desecrating structures blessed by the fabricator sensor himself, though what do the blessings of that rotten traitor count for now? Mentioned someone imprisoned you. The lay servants of the main units, they live in isolated segments under the sacred machine halls. I heard they were locked in there after the takeover. Then my crazed brethren changed the system for disposal of slag waste and covered the machines in cursed symbols. After they started the cogitator, they dragged the survivors out of the segments under the machine halls, well, what the survivors had turned into. You demonstrate exceptional powers of observation and recall for someone who just happened to survive. I'm a Lex mechanic. Gathering data is the purpose of my existence. That's even what they used me for. What do you make of it? Servant of the Omnissiah, I must know more about the final door on the fabricator sensor, his mass, and about this machine as well. I could give you the coordinates, but even though I was present for many blasphemies committed by those heretics, all the details that were captured and processed by my true flesh are in the augmetic that was corrupted by scrap code. I swear that no devout tech priest should come into contact with what's hidden in that once sacred device. Our expression shifts as he stares intently at the disconnected implant and the still intact connectors protruding from under Lex Mechanic's collar. The corner of his mouth twitches involuntarily. Even the very idea of exposing a holy machine to the scrap code wasn't profane in itself. My augmetics are not universally compatible. They cannot be connected to another machine spirit. They were created to interact within the system of my true flesh to innovate my compulsor unit and output data via the inscriber. In other words, there is only one way to extract the data stored in the cogitator. We connect the cogitator to the augmetic system. The Lex Mechanic will serve as a conduit for transmitting the data. We will learn the details, even if they are incomplete, of the things he saw and heard, but is now unable to recall. No, anything but that. I'll die. No, it'll be worse than that. I'll succumb to the corruption. I'm begging you. Please, I'd rather be burned out as a heretic than have the scrap code in my biological cogitator. Almost as if he is reconsidering. In failing to offer any resistance against the enemies of the Omnissiah, Unit Data 86 lost the grace of his machine rank and was recategorized as a resource of the Manufactorum. The defilement and torment of said resource, if committed to advance the struggle against heresy, will not be deemed an apostasy or malefaction against a living soul. On expiry with the unit's utility, disposal is recommended. We're of course going to go Iconoclast. We need to know where the cogitator is, even if the heretic conversations are unimportant. I must know why the machine was so valuable to them. I'll tell you. A different augmetic is responsible for my muscle memory. It has a data storage too. I remember where I walked and what I pressed with my fingers. Here are the coordinates and the code. It's probably the code to the bay. Is there something in your world, CC? Is it for you to decide his fate? He's been tainted by corruption. I cannot allow him on my ship. We're going to let him walk away? I'm going to put a bullet in his brain pan, to be honest. Perhaps when Kiavagam is purged, will find himself a place in the changed world if he doesn't die before then. Let's go, CC. We need to find that cogitator.
Curiosity sings
Here
in
we
my
have
veins.
some more goods. Ooh, only 70% chance.
My knowledge has its limits.
Unlocked. Beautiful. The wearer gains 10 ballistic skill and 25% critical damage, and some grenades. Wearer deals 5% damage, 5% critical chance, 2 single shots, and dead eye shots. Let's place that with the 10 ballistic skill. Higher chance hitting things and higher critical damage.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
Okay, nope, can't go around there. Let's come down. A wonderful pipe assembly. Athletics 100%.
That was a problem for you.
Jumped back to down there, and we of course have lowered this earlier. The goods. The screen of this cod station shows a scrolling line of repeating technalingua. Staring at the obscure symbols gives you a headache. How heretical.
Ooh, how intriguing.
The 16 Universal Laws, the warnings. I remember the first time we did Kavagama, as in on my last playthrough, my first playthrough. There was a fair amount of time wasted trying to find out how to lower that lift that got us to where we are now. Why, hello, Fabricator Sensor Cubis Delphim. Massive, magos-clad in ritual garb lets out a Benaric trail and turns to you. From beneath the deep hood of his mantle, 2 dimly lit eye implants gaze at you. You hear another Benaric tirade, this time clearly addressed at you. What's the matter, little tin comrade? You dare address me in the vile tongue of savages, me, the steward of Kiavagama, lord of the machine world. Neo-pathetic spawn, if you seek swift disposal. I'm going to say number 2. You are one of the troglodytes who once had the goal to oppress my comrades and resist my will. A messenger from the barbarian who drank the sacred unguents bestowed upon her through others' toil. Very well then, your appearance is the perfect opportunity to teach your ilk a lesson. My name is Cubis Delphim. I once held the title of Fabricator Sensor of the Gavagama Manufactorum, but I rejected it. Well then, give it back. Along with the other fetters that hindered progress. Once my faith was flawed and led naive fools from the cult mechanics into the darkness of ignorance. I am this world's master and serve the true gods. You tread upon their territory and you do not number among their legion servants. Therefore, you must be subject to immediate disposal. Hey, you turn that platform back around to this way, and we'll get to that immediate disposal. As the senior functioning member of the Priesthood of Mars, I, Marcus Explorer Pascal Hanuman, declare this temple of the machine god compromised and forthwith forbid all service within it. I dethrone the Fabricator Censor, the ignorant heretic who has betrayed the Omnissiah, and condemn as anathema any and all standard procedures implemented by him. The cycle of the blasphemous operations he has put into motion be discontinued. Pascal switches to Binaric, and you hear dissonance burgeoning in the depths of the Forge Cathedral. Some of the giant mechanisms heed his order and go still, while others, obeying the Fabricator Sensor's will, continue their work. Crashes, explosions, and the clanging of crumpling metal signify that some dissent among the machines has interrupted the Manufactorum's production cycle. Hanuman, liar, you are not him. Immense Hanuman obeys me. His mind is open to the voices of the void, and the scrap code he creates protects my world. And I'll not have you, rusted refuse from the misfit cast of explorators, fool me ignorant. This statement is false. Your regalia has been revoked, and you have been deemed defective and will be eliminated. Initiating heretic search, designation Demence Hanuman. I wish to execute the retribution procedure. What have you done with the governor? The removal of unserviceable artifacts was the first step towards retooling this world. And my tech comrades heeded the call of the truth that reached into their cogitators and allowed them to pierce the veil of empty dogmas. Traded one master for another. I will rip out your spinal column and braid it around my staff, you arrogant creature. Love it. This is my world, it will serve only me. Even a cursory analysis of the data shows that the probability of this outcome is negligible. You, like your predecessor, are but an artifact of certain calculations. One that requires minimal resources to revise. You may be driven by your will to fight, but know this. Kiavagam has already been converted, its lines have been restructured, and its servants have already tasted the fruits of progress. In the crucibles of this manufactorum, torrent liquid metals will be used to forge vessels for sacred spirits. The adepts are already tirelessly delving deeper into new mysteries that were once barred by false tenets. You, servants of fake gods, are too late. The entire might of this world will soon rise up against the anathema and his slaves. Check the chronometer. Comrades, purge the manufactorum of any random variables. I must prepare for the culmination of our great work. Get the outsiders, let their blood mix with oil. Man demands a fight, and then he moves the walkway away from us. I mean, clearly, that's a coward's move, in my opinion. He doesn't want to fight. He's terrified of me. And... right. Goes a quick save. Look at all of these corrupt Tari.
Oh, what lies beyond?
Can I sneak my way up here? I can. Get some goods here. Let's grab those. Have a door that can be opened here. Of course, do have more of these guys here.
Let us see what I found.
What have you found? What have you found? A trap? Yeah, I'm gonna say you found the trap. That's fine.
My warp sight reveals something.
Okay, let's disarm this trap.
Another notch.
Then, you approach the closer, you notice a number of deep scratches left by huge claws on its metal surface. Despite the apparent damage, the machine seems to be in working condition. Activate the emergency bridge lowering protocol. This levers and the reels on the control panel disturb the slumber of the spirits that reside within its cogitator. The machine dawdles as if still drowsy, but nevertheless performs its assigned function. Wahahaha! You cannot bar me access. Take a bit of that. View the log. The log contains nothing of interest. The maintenance ritual schedule for the sacred machine that moves the bridge. An activation log. A few notes of religious nature entered by tech priests. Okay. We have up here. We have... oh, we have more. This clock shows a scroll line of repeating
There will
tech
be no
lingua.
peace in my
Don't
wake.
have any melter charges, so I can't blow my way through this wall. Ah, that sucks. Tell you what, if one of my colonies gives me a chance to get repeating... oh, hello. Repeating melter charges. Or, you know, anything else along those lines, I'm definitely going to take it. Now, can I get this disarmed without picking a fight? Yes, I can.
Genius. Try.
Now, we are clearly about to go and pick a fight. I wish I could have blown through that wall and potentially even just come straight out the other side. There are... I 100% remember there are definitely traps to set off. Corruptus Catarius, Corruptus Catari Alpha. Well then.
This galaxy is my playground.
Why don't we say hello?
Oh, a wicked thought. Oh, glorious spectacle.
Of course, we pick a
of your
fight with
demands.
everybody. Corruptus Catarius. Corruptus Catarius. I mean, for instance, I know there was something down here. You can slam into the back of these guys. You can blow stuff up. I mean, there was several traps you could set off. But unfortunately, I had no melter charge. We're not using that as cover. Actually, don't really have much cover. I think this is going to be a kind of an open fight. We're going to be relying on our dodge percentages. Cass can just come up here. Cass, of course, always gets... well, Pascal is going second. I'll chuck you down here. Dira... I mean, so where are we? We've got 3 down here. We've got 4 more on the background here. We've got one up here, and then 3 more down in the background. Sorry, 4 more down in the background here, and then we've got 1 at the back here as well. Dodges Heretic. Go and stick you over there. Keebler can come this way. Keebler can basically charge down this avenue. Heinrichs go left, and CC can help with... Sorry, with left. Heinrichs can go right. Let's begin. Let's run forward. Let us drop down some walking nightmare.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Don't think we need to put a warp curse on just yet,
Painted black.
as most of them have had the good grace of dying. Is he stunned? He is. Fantastic. He's also stunned. I know, saw that much as well. Double check. He's also only got 1 health, so, you know. Although 1 health still does damage. Let us remember that. Can we... No, they're all just out of range. Okay. Let us...
I'm afraid not.
Oh, can't quite see there to get front line down in that direction. Where can we go? Yeah, I mean, I do want to...
I'm not accustomed
put that one
to
by there
being
for now.
ordered around.
DC can use that one. Let us... Heinrich's a bit of a boost. And... may as well just...
If I may.
hit this guy for a load more damage. Pascal. Oh, he is just out of range. That sucks. Sucks horribly. Mount a Scorcher area attack. Go for that. Before we do that, however, let's
The scriptural prognosis
corrupt
is
some machine spirits.
favorable.
Or uncorrupt some machine spirits. I don't know. However that one works out.
Running by narrative, shrine the memory of this righteous moment.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work just beautifully. Well, we can leave it there. Have the rest run forward. Ooh.
Is a reward.
Oh no, he's back on his feet, but he is stunned. That is You're joking. There's no way they should be able to shoot me from there. There's no way I'd be allowed to shoot them from there, put it that way. Let's have you run forward. It immediately attacks its allies. Let's give it a go. Before we do that, however, let's just lightning blast them.
Will do.
All of the extra damage beyond theirs all got passed on to this guy. Absolutely beautiful. Gone blind. This guy. We're down to 10 people already. Things are looking pretty good. Let us use prescience.
Was that you?
Stunned, unfortunately. Only I could kind of slap you out of that one. Forewarning. Let's go on Keebler. TC, let's... Yeah, see, look, they can shoot all of me, but I can't see them in the slightest.
War
Come forward.
is my muse.
Whenever an ally attacks the target marked as prey, this attack deals 6% additional damage and gains half of the bounty hunter's current bonuses to critical can.
Let's see.
Mark. Prey. I mean, I can't see half of these people apparently. Can't see anybody actually. Let us over penetration. Let's boot this guy in the face. You are marked as prey. Let's shoot you. Oh, come on. This game just didn't want to give me the extra 2 AP. Like, not in the slightest. Just die.
Claims.
How dare you?
Another one.
How dare you still be standing? So let's go and mark this guy as a little bit weaker. And sure, let's go for some raid. That'll be me. I need to reload already. Get out of
Strike
town!
me again. See what happens.
We're gonna. Where do I want to run to? I'm gonna run all the way back to here. No, and then I'm simply gonna jump in the middle of these guys.
Blades and shadows.
Oh, we got a guy here as well. I kind of missed him a little bit. Let us.
Killing. Pleasure.
Attack the barrel! What?
As the tenants demand. Come, the other side awaits. I shall
that
not
on.
fail.
Let's turn
Trust
that
me.
on.
I feel nothing. Fear nothing.
Let us
The shadows will see it.
attack him with that, and then Pain Resonance.
Trust me.
Oh wait, what? Damage over time effects with 4-star radius. Damage over time. Immediately suffer an extra instance of damage from these effects. Oh, he's not actually bleeding. That's crazy.
As honor ordains. Death is a blessing.
Dead.
Let not the righteous fear. May their blades be sharp.
I should have started with that. Heinrich. Let's come to here. Let's charge against this
I'll put my
guy.
psychic abilities to use.
Let's.
I won't object to
Emperor's
it.
chosen. Make sure we keep enough for a singular attack. That should be enough to kill him. Let's
See to it.
and let's hit him.
Be gone.
Yep, 78 damage. That'll just about get him to all the way to the end. Healing somebody. Also removes all stun,
I won't
bleeding,
object to it.
etc., etc., etc. Let's unstun Pascal, basically. And let's give him a big, strong right arm.
Lord Captain.
Done. We're down to 4 people after the first round. Get out of town. Cass. This guy's still technically stunned. No, he's not. That guy's kind of annoying. Let's run around him. And let's actually just
Step
get him out
aside.
of the way.
The navigator is coming.
Down to 3 bad guys.
As duty demands.
One of which is... Where are our bad guys? One's on the stairs here. One, that's Pascal. He's not an enemy. One's down here and one's down here. Can I by any chance see this guy? Yes, I can. Beautiful. Let us... I'm actually going to pass... I'm
Me?
just going to warp curse him.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Also do kind of want to mend... Fail a little bit. Let us go
Isn't
and...
this a job for the serfs?
Some of that. We shall not be mending the veil. Shall... Let's be zapping him some more.
Lashes are choking me.
And we shall... DC a few bonuses. Pascal. Let's come around to here. And...
As the tactical imperative dictates.
more damage over time.
Damage is negligible.
Damage is almost non-existent. Let's weaken him down a little bit. Let us simply attack him.
Running by narrative significant value.
Yeah, he did. And makes combat and then makes a free attack against a target. Can't really see anybody is the problem with that one. Got no damage. He's got no damage over time. Can I? Nope, I can't see that guy. Yeah, that'll in fact just have to be it. Yeah. Fortunately not. Let us see what this does.
What is this foreboding?
Their mind was ruptured. Their willpower is used by -18. If this uses the target just suffers psychic shriek damage and the willpower is... immediately attacks its allies. It did not do that, so it did pass the test. Okay. Can't see that guy to perform that. I'm just going to leave that there, to be honest. CC. Let's get you into a place where you can actually shoot something. Which, oh, you can apparently just about see this guy, but not very well. Come up here. That's probably not going to help. Okay, we'll do what we can. You can come to here. And nope, you can't actually see that guy. Oh, we can see this guy. Shoot this guy in the face. Which you apparently missed. And we're now out of bullets.
What if?
And sod.
How dare you?
Oh, how dare you indeed. Oh, I do not have any... Oh, that just... Oh, wait, can I... Oh. I'll just stand here then, unfortunately.
Prince of Scarlet.
Assuming I can just
on our side.
get round to hit him. Now, unfortunately, he's going to have some bonus cover
against me.
mechanics because
For the
technically around the corner. Psychic sword attack, that will take 2, so yeah, that'll be everything I've got. Oh, just about surviving.
Makes us weak.
Did he just take... He took me down! Son of a... Guy.
I am a navigator, not another foe painted black.
Ability held in my gaze, and blow. It was a critical hit. That's why. Total hit chance, 30%, calculated with dodge, cover, and parry deviation. Wow. There was a less than 25% chance of a critical hit, and that's what it did. Well, I'll be. What is the effect? Oh, that's gonna be a painful one to have to live with. Anyway, can you finish this scum off as well? No, we can't, unfortunately. No, we'll just leave it there. Pascal. Just end his life.
Fury algorithm.
That's what you get for shooting at CC. Yeah, that was a little bit unexpected, to be honest. Our sword, always at the cargo. Doesn't really look like much, to be honest. Heretic. So pattern arc rifle. That can always go to cargo. We've actually got one.
Over.
Seems to draw your eye and strike terror. Oh man. Ooh, only an 80% chance. Let's give it a go. Beautifully done.
Multifunctionality.
I feel like that may have done something out here. Which, yes, if I'd blown through this wall, I could have done just before the fight. And killed a few of the enemies. Oh, a Melter Ultima. We'll look at that very shortly. Staff of Blood. Force access. Why not? Test failed. All right, we'll walk away right now. We will be forcing access to nothing.
They will see. Oh yes, they all will see.
Come here and grab these goods.
Acquisition is possible.
Let's we're here first and disarm this. Shoot, I'm gonna try and run through it to get there.
Applaud my brilliance.
Your brilliance is applauded. And as we quickly then pop into here. Melter Ultimate, just a little bit less damage. Costs less, mind you, has a lot more, a good bit more armor penetration. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. It's slightly less ridiculous to watch him holding it. And the Biomancy Staff. Psycho's staff power level plus times 1+ psi rating. So times 6. It's quite nice. Staff power level. Which is unknown. Really? Put that as a secondary. Let's give him back one of his staffs. Like a staff power level. Again, but what is its power level? I mean, it looks like it's 0. It looks like it's 100% 0. Suppose I can walk up there. No, I can't. Broken panel on this couch station is sparking. Its blind dark screens showing
Curiosity
nothing.
sings.
Tech use
in my
100%.
veins.
Grants me insight.
Once an ordinary cooling fan. Oh, a dying tech priest. Found a few remains carelessly tossed together amidst a suffocating stench. The torn, gutted bodies once belonged to tech priests, but you could not spot even a glint of metal anywhere. All their implants are gone. Suddenly one of the ravaged bodies makes the tiniest movement. The tortured man's lips move ever so slightly. Approach. And see what he's got to say for himself. Man can barely breathe without his respirator implant. It's a miracle he survived the horrific vivisection, but it takes you a single look at the gaping wounds where the augment was ripped out to realize death is only a matter of time. Machine spirit, deliver me. When Requiem coming from Pascal's Vox sounds solemn and grim. Upon hearing it, the man's mutilated face twists into a weak semblance of a smile. Who did this to you? My comrades. Machine spirit, has the Omnissiah truly abandoned us? Kiavagama has fallen into the maw of the eternal enemy. The holy magi, they succumbed to heresy. The rest were stripped of their true flesh to feed the heresy. Preserve us, deliver me from erring. Sacrifice living blood from vessels of the true flesh while their heart is still beating. After that, oblivion. I knew you would come. I've waited for so very long. Deliver me from my torment. I attest that the 3 categorical requirements for assigning the status of martyr of the faith have been met. Opposition to the enemy. Preservation of adherence to dogma and a brutal death. Requesting the right to extract the subject's organic matter for it to be used in the creation of an honorable servo skull. It is an honor. I am thankful for the right to serve. Oh, the Iconoclast. To pick record a servo skull. The servo skull is designed to spread the glory and splendor of its mighty owner. End the man's suffering. Go to the Omnissiah. A bit more Iconoclast, because that's what we're really trying to push, so we need to get every opportunity to push it up. Let's have a look at... Oh wait, no, summary is actually what I'm even looking for. And we have 151 out of 200 to get me firmly cemented. Let's say fermented then, as an Iconoclast. I mean, ballistic skill of 60. It's still respectable. And with things like Deadshot, I think I'll be okay. But yeah, that actually kind of hurt and kind of sucks. This takes us back to the middle point.
Intriguing.
Do you see that?
I do see that.
What curiosity unveils itself before me?
Okay, let's try this way then. Goods. Oh, what a multi-key. Go to the panels of dozens of breakers, buttons, handles, switches, and other control mechanisms. View the log. First glance, the records look typical shipment report, but further reading, it becomes apparent that the focus here is not ore assembly parts, but augments extracted from living tech priests and spent mass. The log looks damaged, the lines are uneven, and some of the values seem impossible. After a few minutes of studying the records, you feel your head begin to swim. This record looks like a sermon of some mad chaos worshipper. The log, clearly written from someone else's words, mentions the heart that exudes virtue and the cradle that rocks the child of truth. I'll step away now.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
Right, so... Okay, no, so this one can just be disarmed.
Another noise.
And we can get this one. Come around. Oh, I could have just actually disarmed this one as well. Never mind. Let's disarm this one.
There.
And then disarm this one.
Oh, genius triumphs.
And so, yep, we've looked around, shall we say, the other routes?
Of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Oh, was that a disarming thing, I assume? And so if we come to this central area, and of course... accepts the access codes. The clanging of moving bolts indicates that the door has been unlocked. To the inside. Or on this side. I don't know what we have on this side. Oh, I hate it when you get to these moments, folks. You don't know which way you're supposed to go. But I like exploring everywhere, and so, you know, which way's forward, which way's not forward. Manufacturer of Kiavagama. Okay. I feel like I've made progress and gone forward. Yes, I think I have. Screen of course shows a scrolling line of
What
text lingua.
lies beyond?
Numerous wires and pipes run to the filthy cages, which are filled with what looks like a conglomeration of human bodies. You cannot make who is in the cage, but bright blue sparks flash intermittently in the darkness, while the mass of flesh twitches and shudders. Heinrich casts a scrutiny eye over one of the cages before withdrawing his weapon and approaching to examine what lies inside. The cage closest to you. The metal bars, you see it is truly a pile of human bodies, or something that used to be. The monstrously formed bodies are fused together in places, while others were severed using saws and knives, leaving wounds seeping pus and slime. Mercy, make it stop. Study the mutants closely. Ooh, only an 83% chance. We succeeded! Beyond a pulsating mass of flesh, the creature in the cage seems to be composed of several bodies joined together. You know structures or any other means by which the separate parts could have been connected. Among the layers of meat, you can discern large knots of muscle, various limbs, exposed bones, parts of faces, and entire heads. Only warp sorcery is capable of creating such an abomination. What is this? I'm beginning to have some idea that ex-mechanic mentioned the inhabitants of lower levels who had been imprisoned in their homes. He said some of them were brought here, the cultists did something to those poor people in their own home, and now they are studying the result. You know, the workings of dark sorcery means allowing corruption into oneself. These are warp mutations, no doubt. Perhaps there was some side effect. That is why they are brought here, to be connected to sensors and cogitators. Why they hooked up to cogitators. Lingua Technis, corrupted by the scrap code, I'm sure. It's unlikely we'll be able to extract anything of value from their data crypts. You, a female face, watches you from within the gloom of the cage, even though half her head has been turned into a mass of bone and lumpen growth. You promised us. Her words are echoed by other voices in the depths of the cage. Who are you talking to? What did they promise you? Who are they? You took us from the Inferno. You promised us a reward. I'll be damned, they can speak. They remember the people who did this to them. Perhaps a little biomancy will allow us to draw the fragments of knowledge out of them, or will it trigger further changes? A little biomancy. This is a tangle of flesh and bone that, by some freakish miracle, still happens to have a soul and a mind. Come on, Iceman, let them die in peace already. Heinrich turns to Adira. You do not see his face, but you do see Adira suddenly shrink and cast her eyes down. I do not hear their names in the Undying One's whispers. They have become too twisted, and he no longer remembers them. These people are suffering more so than anyone anywhere, and you're refusing them deliverance. What is wrong with you? They are not people anymore. It does not matter what happens to them. Iconoclast. I am inclined to relieve their suffering. Every moment of existence in such a state is pure torture for the people locked in these sheaths. Remove them from existence. Each mutant has cables attached. It may not know the nature of these machines, but it isn't too difficult to increase the voltage. This switch here. Destroy them all. Via the crack of electricity, the wires glow with blue sparks, and the creatures locked in the cages drop lifelessly to the floor. A sharp tang of burned meat hangs in the air. That's that then, but do you know what bothers me, Rogue Trader? The number of people here. There are too few. The lower levels of several macrostorms are inhabited by millions. What happened to the rest of them? And I won't like the answer. Let's go. We still haven't done what we came here to do.
Your mind is swathed in blue-grey smoke, Master Van Calox. A heavy color for heavy thoughts, I presume?
You are a dangerous person, Lady Orcelio. Well, all navigators are, but your abilities place you in a special category.
Open the door. See what lies beyond. Dead end? Maybe. No, this isn't a dead end. This continue. Is this a dead end? Looks like a dead end.
Curiosity sings in my
Okay.
veins.
Leave this be a dead end. Data vault. The master code grows out of the metal bulkheads like a grotesque tumor. A hollow roar sounds from deep within the metal housing. Whatever spurred the computer interaction, there's enough power to supply a small command center. As soon as your eyes fall upon the cogitator, you feel a tingling in your temples. Every nook, every component of the machine radiates a sense of wrongness. One that is difficult to explain, but no less palpable for that. It is as though the construct itself defies the laws of physics and perspective. Stop, CC. That is a creation of the archenemy. Don't go near it. You have done enough for me in my mission. Don't put yourself at risk. Now. Also, he's going to go near it. Oh, it's like that, is it? As soon as Heinrich takes another step towards the cogitator, it emits a deafening shriek like hundreds of metal needles driving into toughened glass. As though sensing the stranger, wincing, Heinrich approaches the control panel and bends down towards the screens. Despite the heat flogging the room, you feel an ice-cold breeze. Heinrich is clearly using his psycho abilities to try to fend off the pernicious effects of the Chaos artifact. The Omnissiah's grace does not touch this object. The mechanism was not desecrated, but born flawed and unnatural, iron most profane. Initiating observation log, let not fear stand in the path of knowledge. Approach the cogitator. Heinrich's too engrossed in his examination of the control panel to stop you. You draw closer to the side section of the cogitator housing, which has several thick cables running from it. With each step towards the flickering screens, your feeling that the cogitator is watching you with rapidly blinking eyes grows stronger and stronger. Up close, you see that besides buttons, switches, and toggles, the cogitator casing is also covered in strange writing. Study the screens. The cogitator displays a wall of text on its screens. The string of symbols is a sentence mixture of numbers, formulas, and unfamiliar characters. There seems to be no logic to it, and yet there is no doubt that the cogitator is computing calculations on a prodigious scale. Damning the writing on the casing. Lord Captain, no, please don't. Just look away. The whispers say nothing good will come of it. You really should just step away from that thing. Cables. Bundle of cables coming from the broken side of the panel of the cogitator. They were clearly added after the machine came off the manufactorum's production line. The wires snake along the floor and disappear inside the maintenance hatch that leads to somewhere down below. Step back. Take a step backwards and suddenly one of the cogitator screens changes color, becoming a bright yellow. Your eyes are helplessly drawn to the bilious hue. From a distance. You turn sharply away from the screen and you can feel almost invisible shackles falling away. Realization comes a moment later. You are not fighting against your own curiosity, but against someone's malevolent will, which has now lost its hold on you. Distance and wait. We must destroy this machine immediately. When it passes another, you watch Heinrich examine the cogitator's eyes, scan the screens, sometimes hovering uncertainly over the next switch, which immediately receives a coating of frost. Sacrifices, more and more sacrifices every minute. Hetatome determines the room with this cursed machine is down on the lower levels. The auxiliary enumerator controls the system for delivering molten waste under the manufactorum's main building. This cogitator is fueled by the energy harnessed from thousands of people who are flowing beneath our feet as slag waste as we speak. But I cannot even imagine the reason for sacrificing all of these people. It is inconceivable. Now we know why the Fabricator Sensor prized this monster so highly. The cursed tech priest and his associates created something that went beyond the limits of the Omnissiah's power. This machine is designed to process myriad possibilities using warp sorcery. It has almost finished its task. It predicts the future, CC. The spawn of chaos has no place on my world. Heinrich fails to stop you in time. Your blow sends the torn cables whipping out in every direction, scattering sparks and droplets of noxious scarlet slime.
I will be your end.
Well, I just might have failed something. Find the culprit of something or other. Okay, just one bad guy. Let us... yes, we can move our people. Heinrich can stay where he is. I'm actually then going to put CC by there. Sorry, Cassia by there. CC by there. Basically get some of these people moved back a bit. These guys can all stay there. Let's start the battle. Let's see if we can't...
If only that were possible.
Stun the creature.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
What I should have done is things like this. I do keep forgetting. Is it stunned? No, it is not. We can't. So... like this.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Thing actually does have a lot of health. And we can do things like... this. And we can continue to try to do things like this. And it's stunned. Beautiful. Now it's not going to get a go. We can do things in the right order. Attack things last. Just make sure you keep enough skill points to do the attacking. So we'll mark it as prey.
Was it you? Or... anything else?
Deprive it of its senses, and then let's... yeah, it likes a bit of mind rupturing, which... it attacks its allies. Of course, it has no allies to attack.
Schemes.
He will overpenetrate.
Schemes.
DC will shoot it in the face. DC will shoot it again.
A wicked thought.
And CC will stop anybody getting hurt by its other allies. And DC will shoot it again.
See out the wrath of madness.
Let's see to it.
We will destroy it where it stands. What have you done? Years of work, agents' lives sacrificed to uncover the cult's secrets, and you destroyed it all in one fell swoop. I didn't want anyone else to suffer. I understand the impulse as a fellow human being, but as an interrogator, I can't see any justice for your actions. I overestimated our mutual understanding, a regrettable mistake. I'm sorry. At any rate, Rogue Trader, the Inquisitor will hear about this in my report. I like using Heinrichs in this playthrough, like I've gotten a bit used to him, etc. But I still want to put a bullet straight to his face. I mean, I just want to do it. Apparently there's some weird corridor thing back. Yeah, oh, no, wait, that's just this platform you can run across. Got it. Okay, to the outside. I don't know. I mean, you know. Oh, I'm reporting you to the Inquisitor. Like, oh, shut up, Heinrichs. Have a shotgun to the face. I'm going to tell Daddy on you. He won't be happy. Absolute crybaby.
Patience. Oh, I'm
Okay, so we came from that way.
afraid.
We do need to turn this. Which makes it easier to go backwards, and now, of course, allows me to go forwards. We slowly look forward. What could we be in direction?
Red Priest, grant me your blood.
This great draws me on
Through
Messiah.
divination, I will know if corruption festers on the flagship, as it does on the Red Priest's vessel.
I wonder if the cogs got any blood left. I bet it's been years since there's been anything but machine oil in there.
There will be no peace in my wake.
I do like some of the random exchanges you get. Okay.
I see what others do not.
Thing being found quite yet. Okay, so we can't actually come down this way. Let us. And here.
To the ordinary, I am an enigma. Oh, a wicked thought.
Now go and reload.
Ah, one step at a time.
You go.
Amidst the madness.
Found our way around. We'll disarm this.
Another notch.
Tech use 90%.
Operation successful.
Cargo lift used for transporting parts. Okay, so we gain some knowledge. Not much else. Oh.
In
where
this
does
tapestry
go?
of the world, I am the rogue thread.
Sector N. Oh, we have a door to open. I want to open that door. Am I finished here? Yeah. This is... Oh, wait, no, it's just a door, right? Yes, it's just a door. It doesn't actually take me to a new section. After opening this door, we see... Oh, it looks like just a storage room. Okay, in we go. Not that I can see through the wall right now. It's... Thank you. Now it's allowing me to see through the wall. Goods. Goods. Oh, what do we get? Former digi weapon. Flamer shot stream. 5% armor penetration, 6 range applies burning. Or a master crafted power maul. Needs to be unlocked. Pascal, 95%. Don't fail me now.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Crack grenades and a machine right set.
They will see. Oh yes, they
What I'd love
all will see.
is some beautiful melter charges. That's what I'd like in my life right now, because I don't have any. I use them all. Very non-sparingly, it seems. Okay, so that's everything in this direction. Let's need to potentially find the correct direction. Go. Happy with what we found. Oh, what do we have here? A tough cultist. They're all looks like they're praying to something.
Curiosity sees
Oh, the warp.
in
The
my
premonition
veins.
runs
The
true.
structure is an altar to Zinch. And rest the revolting totems and twisted symbols dedicated to the Chaos God. You notice a string of 9 burned into the metal surface. Alright then. Here we have a couple of dead tech priests. So... what's up here? Oh, we've stuck. We've paused it saving. Okay. We have some spiky things here. We have some goods over there. Was it up here where people were praying?
What lies beyond?
We have a door that can be opened. Go and search through the trash and find some goods. Yep, definitely a job for Cass. Okay, this seems to be dead end room. That's fine. Let's see what we can find. Pascal tech use 95%. Triple again.
Multifunctionality.
What do we have here? Because it looks dead, only a single lumen shows that there is life within the machine. Bring your Electu to the scanner. Several lumens light up on the panel. You hear distinct clicks, and the cogitator goes quiet, clearly having fulfilled its purpose. Oh, hello, secret door. I'm gonna need a friggin' explosive to get it open, aren't I?
A tantalizing anomaly.
Those pneumatic actuators have obviously failed. It can now only be opened manually by finding a suitable valve. Ah, right. I've got it. I actually need to use something
There will be
there.
no peace in my wake.
And Can we get to see what they're praying to? Oh, hello! We have a Chaos Marine. Doesn't he just look pretty with his bolter weapon cursed armor? Next attack against this creature will be absorbed by its cursed armor. The attacking enemy will also be cursed, suffering a critical hit from the next incoming attack. Curse Bringer. Any damage inflicted by this creature curses the targets, increasing critical hit chance against them. And he has Kick. How about these guys? Tough Cultists. You guys are really just cannon fodder, aren't you? 135 health. And rather absorbent. Cannon fodder. This gains 1 stack of Dark Blessing each time it suffers warp damage, or is affected by psychic phenomenon or perils of the warp. That's 1 stack of Dark Blessing, but what does Dark Blessing do? There's the question. You have to kill them with pointy sticks. Okay, we're gonna run up here. Yeah, I think we've got time. Let's pick a fight. Your redemption will be awash with the blood of heathens, and thus you will sate the true god's eternal thirst. Listen, for my words reveal to you a path from darkness into the primordial truth, which has thrown open its gates for wayward souls. I knew our meeting on Rykard Minoris wouldn't be the last, but to run into this anathema here. Gavagama did not merely succumb to heresy. Your world is in the clutches of the greatest evil known to the Imperium. The Noosphere signature of the defective units has been archived in accordance with sacred commandments. I will tolerate no heresy and hereby sentence you to categorical disposal without redemption. Voice, that voice, have I heard it before or no? It's like, it drowns out all other voices. Let's leave quickly, please. Death to the Chaos Spawn.
Oh, what an amusing attempt at defiance!
Okay, as per always. Cass. Oh, we've got these guys around the side as well. Let us. I'm gonna say. Oh, that's not gonna be able to get this guy on this side. I'm gonna say, let's try you in the center. CC behind cover. Zira behind cover. Pascal can go left and actually be behind cover, although it's very explosive cover. Ibala take a step forward, and Heinrichs take a step inside and forward. Ooh, we shouldn't all be stood so close together, but let's spread out a little bit. Okay. As per always, Ass gets to pick a fight. We can get all of them. That's what I wanted to see. However, before we do that, let's go and do this, which, as long as I get the big and ugly, let's see how many others I can try and get. 3 is 3 my limit. It's a very weirdly shaped thing. Yes, let's go for, I think, 3 being my limit. And all of you burn,
If I may,
in the eyes of a navigator. How did we do? Stunned. Not stunned on the left. Not stunned in the middle. Not stunned in the middle. Not stunned in the middle. Stunned. We stunned 2. And the Chaos Marine was not stunned. I don't know if this Chaos Marine can be stunned, to be perfectly honest. But he does go last, so... Okay, this guy on the left is going to get a go. Gosh darn him. Quite a few of them are, actually. We only stunned 3 of them. And the Chaos Marine is just having a bad day. He's staggered, but he's not... Yeah, he doesn't get stunned. He'll only get staggered. Minus 20 penalty to weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength, toughness, and agility. He's not having a great day. Let us... Yeah, let's get frontline in there.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
All enemies suffer 23% more damage from all sources. I really need to put these down at the beginning of the fight. Let us... There. Then we may as well go and put... Back line.
I'm not accustomed
here.
to being ordered around.
I am not. And once again, if there are no enemies in the backline area, that first attack in the turn made by every ally in that area costs -1 AP less. Really need to put these areas down first. This guy's going to get a go. Oh, but he doesn't actually get to... yeah, that will actually set off the explosive. I'm on that. Hang on, let's have a quick go. If I was to put that there and say attack in this direction... No, it doesn't quite work like that. Let us come to here. And attack these guys. Brutale striking. And again, I always open with the attack. I need to make sure I do other things first.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Let us... I really do need to remember to do the other things first. More exploits on our Mr. Chaos Marine. And...
The Omniscient.
let's hit them once again. The tough cultist could be dead on his turn.
Chaos guides me.
There's a big old chain axe he's wielding.
Messiah
He's dead.
condemns you.
Dira. Let's stay where you are. Let's try sensory deprivation on Chaos Marine. Make it seem like he's very much stuck in his helmet. See if we can get you to attack your ally. First, let's...
But of course.
Let's mark him as prey. Let us
On it.
exploit him. I'm a little bit reluctant to try and make the Chaos Marine attack his allies because he'll just unleash a torrent of bolter fire. He'll probably just annihilate me anyway.
Anything else?
He passed his resistance attack? Willpower resistance to... I guess because he's melee, they have to be within range. I can only guess. That being that. Okay. What do we got? We're down to just the Chaos Marine having a turn. For all things as they should.
What if?
Penetration, he's already been marked as prey.
Even
I can't hit him.
Won't do that.
3 damage.
Schemes within schemes.
Got an extra 6 damage. On his next turn, whenever an ally attacks the target marked as prey, they gain an additional 6% additional damage. Definitely do that. Turn that on first. Let's turn on raid. Ebola. Let us go straight for the big guy. Here. And let's jump
As the tenants demand.
behind you. There's absolutely no reason to particularly do that, but I just think it looks good. I mean, she is basically a blade dancer. So, you know,
The
let's dance.
shadows will see it done. Trust me. There is only death. Yours
There is
or mine.
only
I shall
death.
not fall.
That did beautiful amounts of
Trust
damage.
me. My blade whisk killing brings me no pleasure.
That's one dead Chaos Space Marine. And I think I can quite reach anybody
As
else.
the tenants demand.
I don't think anyone was actually in range of Pain Resonance then. Come to here and let's charge. Wait. Don't move. Nobody move.
I won't object to it.
I want to charge and I want to attack. That will take 3. If I can still do one more, let's use that because it goes off for free.
Lord Captain.
Let us use that. Let us... Although, hang on, no wait. Why don't I come here? Why don't I attack this guy? Why don't I charge this guy?
For the throne's glory.
Then we will
Isn't this a job for the serfs? As duty
tear him
demands.
down. Tear him down.
Deliver us!
Pyrex an extra turn.
Why navigators are feared.
Who will chop this guy
I
in
won't
half.
object to it. Your reckoning is due.
Done. Let's go and disarm this trap. Which should not be difficult in the
There.
slightest.
Done!
All of that goes into there. Art strategist mantle. Bonuses from the wearer's combat tactics areas increased by 5% for 1 round if the wearer uses a stratagem different from the one it used before. And now that's a bolter, but you need to be heretical votary. So that will, in fact, let's just mark that as always go to cargo. We're never going to use that. Oh. Corrupted Technomat. Okay, that definitely looks like it could be the path forward. So let's see what we left behind. I mean, I need a turning handle. Ooh, turning handle. Whichever side we picked that up from. Then let's go and see behind the magic door. Go and manually open our door. And see what we've got inside. What we do have is traps.
Pay attention.
Dust and Telltale. Okay, hang on, let's...
You are authorized. Knowledge is eternal.
Time furnace wreathed in scarlet light fills you with awe as you approach the heavy thrum of ancient servo motors erupts from the machine's depths, along with a crackling binaric undertones. The dust covers keys are illuminated by a faint pale glow. Code to disable traps. First responds with a short binaric signal that evokes the mechanical rustling of unseen switches. Disable the gas supply. Guts the furnace triggers a wave of quiet clicks coming from every direction. Request Theodora's data. Aha! So that's what we got. Got Theodora's data from here. These old research cogitators are unpowered.
Oh, yes.
I'm very glad I came back here. There is as well... That's the cache on Kiava Gamma. I think it's a rumor. I think it comes under. I apparently have a love for rodents. Footsteps of history. A fragment of that's the architect. The void. What into the have I already completed it? Unidentified void ship. Cache, no. Cache. Inevitable finds dumped cargo. Unknown mechanism. Cache on Kiava Gamma. Ah. So we found the family relics. Oh, fair enough. We've already gone and found that little secret, wherever that was. Noticed that come up, to be honest. And if we come back and stand
beyond
on here, what exactly is in this direction? Oh, we can remove some obstacles. We can release car brakes. We have tech use up there as well. Let us remove the obstacle.
There.
Get everybody out of the way. Let us release the car brakes. Whatever this is gonna do. Okay, that was
There will be
somewhat
no
weird and
peace
underwhelming.
in
Tech
my
use 90%.
Error. Making adjustments.
Oh wow, he failed. Pascal, you let us down. And so over here, oh, we've got some lovely machine parts. They look mildly heretical. And down here we have, oh, some Rust Stalkers, a combat servitor. See a little bit more. Let's creep across. Well, either way, it looks like we're going to have a fun fight. They are worshipping a destroyed corrupted machine? That seems a bit weird. So we're going to come down here and have a fight. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be next episode because we have run out with this one. And so it just leaves me to say thank you all very much for joining me on the stream. I hope you have enjoyed it. And until we see you again, I hope that you will be safe, happy, and healthy.